Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance, we know what matters most to you. And we work even harder to protect it, together. As a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, according to science, the chances of a meteorite hitting your home are, quote, astronomically low, estimated to be around 1 in 840 million to 1.39 trillion. However, that doesn't mean that it won't happen. We go to Western Germany, where one lucky homeowner, he now has a hole in his roof after a meteorite, well, basically defied the odds and crashed into his house. Now, no one was hurt, but there's a hole, they're saying, about the size of a soccer ball in his roof. But all things considered, that's a pretty simple repair, right? But I suppose that depends entirely on who you hire to do the roof repair. A man in Arizona ended up having to demolish his entire family home after a roofing repair job went really, really wrong. We'll share the story coming up, but it all started with too many shingles and ended up with a home demolition. Naturally, the homeowner, well, he's real pissed off, but it could be worse because it can always be worse. Case in point, in Michigan, state hired contractors. They were hired to demolish 398 Edison Street, but they showed up and demolished 404 Edison Street, which obviously is the wrong house. Now, neighbors were actually very happy about it, but the homeowner, not so much. But let's face it, not every weird thing that happens at a home involves destruction. Earlier this week, a crazy woman, she fired shots at Rihanna's home for reasons we still can't quite piece together. And an equally crazy woman in Missouri broke into a home and ate the family's Fruity Pebbles. Is there no depth to how low we will go? But all of this adds up to a simple truth, which is whether you own your home, live in an apartment, rent a place, it doesn't matter. Sometimes weirdness happens, right? That's just the long and short of it, and somehow it happens at your home. So today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is what is the craziest thing that happened to or at your home?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
At Amica Insurance, we know it's not just what's inside your home that matters. It's who you share it with. That's why we work even harder to protect it. And as a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers. We prioritize your needs and are here for you when you need us. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
I'm one of those people who will happily eat steak and eggs any time of the day. Breakfast, dinner, it's technically midnight, but I'm still hungry. Doesn't matter. There's just something unbeatable about a good steak hitting a hot pan. That immediate sizzle, the smell filling the kitchen, and then topping it with a fried egg where the yolk is deep yellow and just barely runny. Unreal. Pure protein heaven. That's also why I love having Omaha steaks on hand. The steaks are incredibly tender, super flavorful, and cook evenly, whether I'm searing them on the stovetop or throwing them on the grill. It's that steakhouse quality bite at home. Omaha Steaks has everything from their fan-favorite filet mignon, yes, the USDA-certified tender one, to burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, and even fully cooked comfort meals like beef pot roast or meat lovers lasagna for nights when you still want high protein but zero effort. Get 50% off the world's best everyday protein. Go to omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code T-Bone at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code T-Bone at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details.
9.9 KISW.
Pull the Charles, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,487. What a large and a charged program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. As once again, we welcome in Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. We will sit and spin. And today, Oscars are on Sunday afternoon for us.
Yep.
We have 10 actors with a Billboard Top 100 hit. Not
100?
Not only can they act, but they can also sing.
Can they? Can they, or did they just get a hit?
They had a chart-topping hit, you see.
Okay. Say Britney Spears. She's a singer, but she can't sing. But she's had a lot of top 100 hits.
That's a good point.
Jennifer Lopez cannot sing, but she's had, I guess, a few.
She was a singer first, though, right?
She was a dancer first. J-Lo?
Yeah.
She was a dancer. Thanks to auto-tune, she got away with being a singer, but she's notoriously has a pretty crummy voice.
Same road as Paula Abdul. Wasn't she a Lakers dancer?
She was a Lakers dancer?
She was a Lakers girl.
Lakers girl. She can sing a little bit. She's crazy. But she's
Abdul.
Crazy in a happy way.
But she had hits.
She did.
I don't know that she's ever really acted, though. She's only ever been Paula Abdul on shows.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. Yep.
Yeah,
Whereas like Jennifer
actors.
Lopez, legit. I mean, there was bad movies, but she was in some real
was
movies.
in movies.
Now, this is not artists who then are also musicians. So, for an example, Will Smith.
That doesn't count.
We know he could do both, and he has.
We started as a musician.
I mean, even Barbara Streisand, who you love, Steve, she
I
acted,
love her to death.
but she also sang. You know, they were singers
But
before
she
they were.
was a singer.
She was a singer
right?
first,
Yeah.
then she went into the world of acting. I mean, you could look at that in a lot of ways, like Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra. Those guys were singers first.
Yeah.
And they did Sammy Davis.
Elvis.
They did, yes, exactly, Elvis. Elvis was, in fact, a musician first.
Yes.
They went on to act. We should reverse this list next time.
So actors, what is it? Singers that went on to act, right?
Yeah, exactly. But today we do the opposite. We have 10 actors with a Billboard Top 100 hit. And that is coming up at 4:30. Today on the program, we're going to talk about stuff that's happened in your home there, your domicile, your apartment, places you have lived. Some places can be a little bit crazier than others, depending on your neighbors, depending on what's going on. This is kind of a weird one, though. After thousands witnessed a breathtaking fireball streak across the sky in Western Europe, a meteorite crashed through the roof of a home in the city of Koblenz, Germany.
Once again, I just pulled up statistically what are the odds, and it was anywhere from 1 in 840 million to 1 in 3.9 trillion. And they went on to say, you'll be struck by lightning, win the lottery, like basically everything else on
Yeah.
Earth.
Well, just know this thing hit multiple homes.
Well, the debris did.
Yes, exactly.
I guess it initially hit one guy's house and kind of blew apart and messed up everyone else's house.
Okay. International Meteor Organization, which I did not know existed, reported over 3,000 fireball sightings. People saw this thing over France, the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and Germany, where it crashed. Witnesses also posted numerous video recordings on social media as the rock broke apart in the atmosphere and scattered its pieces throughout Western Germany. Witnesses reported hearing several explosions. So they're still looking for the other fragments of this thing in fields, what have you. Because, to be honest with you, they do pretty well on eBay.
I'd buy a piece.
If you want to buy a meteorite chunk, they're not cheap. So around 7 o'clock local time on Sunday, the object struck a house in the Gulls district. And according to authorities left a hole... Authorities left a hole in the roof the size of a soccer ball.
Any guesses the radius of a soccer ball?
Is it
I looked it up because I'm just
The
like...
radius or the circumference?
Circumference, sorry. So the diameter is about 9 inches, but it's about... If you're saying the hole's that big, it's about 28 inches. I looked it up to see. All right.
Okay.
Because when you think about it, right? So this thing came from outer frickin' space. More than likely, it's like a piece of iron, something super heavy. At that speed, traveling to Earth, all things considered, a 28-inch hole in the roof, really not that bad.
No. NASA's got something up there that's about ready to fall out of the sky.
Yeah, one of their satellites.
And they say that the odds of it hitting a home are much better than a meteorite.
Well, that's not what people want to hear.
Well, I know that. But they're projecting where this thing will orbit, how it will come into the atmosphere, and potentially looks like it's not going to land in an ocean.
But it won't disintegrate. It's just going
they're saying it's going to hit the Earth. So I don't know that you would think that would burn up, but it must be a big enough piece of crap.
I mean, you think about meteorites burn up, and this is, solid pieces of stone or rock or whatever, and then the satellite doesn't. You remember when Skylab came down? It was like late 70s, early 80s.
Where'd that crash? Australia?
I think it was Australia, but it's one of those things. I'm just wondering if NASA would do the same thing. So my brother and I were much younger, obviously, back in the day, but it's like 24 hours. They're watching Skylab because this former space station, it's going to crash to Earth. We're just not sure where. So at one point it was tracking where it kind of went over where we lived at the time in upstate New York. So my brother and I were hoping desperately it would crash in our backyard. Well, it didn't. I want to say it crashed in the Indian Ocean or something like that. But yeah, they're like, we don't know. We have no idea where this thing's going to hit, but like everyone is looking skyward because nobody wanted to hit their S.
Police and emergency services also received reports of damage from the area.
Indian Ocean.
It was the Indian Ocean.
In Australia, yeah.
All right.
Including the Hunstruck and the Eiffel. While the state office for fire and disaster advocated its Civil Protection Situation Center to monitor the situation, try to coordinate information. Basically, this thing was just flying in. They had time to do what they could do. Emergency personnel investigated possible debris landing sites. They were trying to get out an alert. Like if you live in this area, like a tornado alert.
Right.
Just know that there could be a large ball falling out of the sky and be on the lookout, so to speak.
I guess. I mean, how much
notice could you dive out of the way? I'm not exactly sure.
Not on purpose. Like by accident, you could dive out of the way.
Multiple other homes in the region reportedly suffered at least some damage, but officials deemed none of that as significant as the one that hit this guy's house.
Is there not a warning? Like,
it depends on the size. Look, put it this way. Let's say every day, hundreds, if not thousands of these things fall out of the sky and slam into the planet. Most of the time, it's somewhere rural or the ocean. Because our population, when you look at how it's dispersed, we're not in most places that we could be, right? We're on the coast and all this kind of thing. So, but they don't know they're coming until after they've already hit. Like basically the rock has to be big enough for them to detect it to say, hey, this thing's coming in. But even then, by the time they detect something of that size, you might have 90 seconds notice.
They also don't know the trajectory half the time that these things come in on. So, like, France activated their, oh, no, here comes a meteorite alert.
But it's like, right.
And it flew way over France. But they all did. They see this thing coming in the sky, and whatever technology they have to monitor these things, they all kind of gave an alert. But they weren't really actually able to specifically say, like, hey, Ballard, it's coming to hit you.
Well, the problem is you might want to say, man, shelter in place. Because we can tell Ballard, hey, evacuate.
Well, but not if it goes through your roof.
But you don't know. Like, my thing is, in this case, just don't say anything. It's like NASA says.
Just let it happen.
If we saw an Earth-destroying asteroid and we knew this thing's going to hit the planet and wipe us out, don't tell people. Because if you tell people, the worst of us is going to come out. And if we're wrong, we've done more damage than if we just let people perish.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Now we head on down to Tigard, Oregon.
So we might die tomorrow. I'm sorry, what?
We head down to Tigard, Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Is that how you say it?
That's how Miles says it.
Is it?
He also said colored green, so we don't know.
Tigard? How would you say it? Tijard?
I'm driven by the sign.
Tigard.
Ted's like, I just don't say it.
Tigard, Oregon. Newly released video shows a pickup truck flying through the air and crashing into an Oregon home in the middle of the night.
Tigard. It's pronounced Tigard.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. I like Tigard. No one was hurt. It was just as the homeowner had described it. Literally launched and boom, right into my house. That according to David Brudnock of Tigard, Oregon. Police said the pickup went airborne after hitting a dirt mound, cleared a retaining wall, and flew roughly 100 feet through the air, then hit the house. I just heard this boom, and the house shakes. On Friday, he recalled what it was like to walk downstairs at 3 a.m. and see the wreckage to his home. And I'm like, what's going on? Like I must be in a sleep stupor or something. I cannot process what I am seeing in front of me. The front of his house and the bathroom were a crumbled mess. I did not expect a flying truck, he said.
Really? You didn't expect a flying truck?
The family of 5, including 3 small children, all unharmed, made it out the back of the house to what he described as a swarm of first responders. So, yeah, they all showed up, and they're all lined out there on Shoals Ferry, and it was a sight. The 2 inside the truck, officers say, were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Driver of the pickup managed to climb out of the wreckage. He was arrested for just reckless driving.
100 feet through the air. How fast do you have to be going to stay airborne?
Have you seen that
100 feet?
video?
No.
Oh, it is unbelievable that truck can fly that far.
What do they have it on their, not dash cam, the ring camera or something like that?
No. It's just like you could tell it's one of those newer developments.
All right.
So literally, it's just the house across the street has it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, that thing is launched. Hang on. It'll slow it down for you. But just right. So this camera's just pointing that way, and you'll see this car. I mean, it's airborne by the time you see it. So that goes from one side of the street, crosses a residential street into that house.
Jesus.
In the air.
What goes on in Tigard?
I don't know.
A beautiful home, too. Well, it was.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like one of those brand new little communities.
Yeah,
Nice
It did,
little
yeah.
house.
Sure did.
Now, oftentimes, like these 2 situations, you are not in control of what has gone down.
Yeah.
I mean, this is out of your control. Meteorite hit your house, a truck flies
Truck
through the
hit
air.
your house.
This one is more in control. A California mother whose home became the center of a series of alcohol-fueled teen gatherings is now facing decades behind bars. A jury in Santa Clara County has convicted 51-year-old Shannon O'Connor, widely labeled as the party mom, on 58 of 63 felony and misdemeanor counts, including child endangerment, sexual battery, and providing alcohol to minors. She pleaded not guilty to those charges. Prosecutors said 20 teenagers were victimized. 12 girls identified at court as Jane Does and 8 boys as John Does. Santa Clara County detectives said that O'Connor is now facing 30 years in jail. Teen witnesses testified that during the 2021 school year, when campuses were largely shut down for COVID, O'Connor controlled parts of their social lives, regularly placed them in risky situations involving alcohol and sex. Prosecutors said she had an abnormal sexual interest in teens and pressured intoxicated teens to take part in sexual activity. The most serious convictions involved 2 counts of all kinds of crazy crap that we shouldn't even talk about. O'Connor didn't take the stand during the 3-month trial. Her attorney called the verdict disappointing and said her client was crushed by the ruling. But she praised the teenagers who did testify, saying the case does not happen if the children do not come forward.
Yeah.
So our question, What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
I would also say this. I don't think it's out of line, right? Like, my parents did it, right? You're a senior. Maybe it's some special occasion. Parents might go, all right, you can have a party.
Sure.
But it sounds like this woman, first, it's bad because she's having sex with minors.
That's
a massive thing. And then
do you hear that? That does matter.
Right. And then two, it seems like she just was throwing parties every weekend for these kids.
Well, one, you're throwing them every weekend, and two, the sex is what goes sideways, right? I mean, just growing up, there was at least one mom or dad or couple that just said, look, man, we know what you guys are up to, right? We're not stupid. We did the same thing you did. You're 18 years old, blah, blah, blah. If you're going to do that, you will do it in the safety of our basement, right? Everyone turns in their keys, and it's just a spend the night kind of deal. And is that illegal? It sure is. But the one thing they did not do was say, and let's have sex, right? It was completely, and they didn't even join us. They were just upstairs to make sure that things didn't get out of hand. Right? And I understand that. And my wife has said, I would be that person. So me too, if it's one of those deals where you know what they're going to get into. But if they're just going to drink beer and pass out after 45 minutes, like, do it here, do it in the safety. But the sex is what puts it over the edge. And the other thing is, you don't throw the party. I'm not inviting you to my home. One of my kids has invited you to this party. I'm just sanctioning the thing. I'm not throwing it out there.
My buddy Brian, his neighbor across the street, Amy, she and her best friend and myself, we would get together. We would watch movies all Saturday night.
Sure.
Crash out on the floor in sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Wake the hell up. It was not a big deal. There was no sex involved. There was none of that involved.
That is the difference.
We're just four friends.
That's the massive difference.
Watching movies, ordering pizza, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, giggling, and calling friends.
I mean, look, man, if
it was
it's
just,
me,
honestly, very innocent for being in high school or junior high.
I would rather have 20 kids in my house in high school that I know they've had beer and they're all passed out in my basement than one person come over and have sex with one of my kids. Yeah, but to me, the sex thing is what blows my mind. I'm like, kids are going to sneak out and get booze. Kids might sneak out and have sex. You ain't going to do it in my house if I'm home and I'm aware of it.
Right.
Right?
Right, because even, like, we're talking about, like I had another buddy, and, like, his parents were the same way, right? It was like, all right, you four just stay in the basement. Nobody's leaving. But if even one of his parents came down and drank a beer with us, it would be like,
it's weird.
What are we doing?
We don't want you here. That's the other thing, man. I don't want you there.
Yeah. My first apartment, it was beside a warehouse, beside a bakery. And at one point in time, I think it was me or my roommate, I can't remember who, got some weed, but we had a pop ceiling, a tile ceiling in the top. So either me or Matt hid weed up there. I cannot remember who it was. But when we popped
that means it was you. I can't remember.
Whoever popped the tile looks up there. The entire underneath side of the roof was completely charred. Now, this place did smell somewhat of smoke.
Right.
But back then you couldn't just look up fires and, you'd have to go to a library and, whatever that stuff.
Microfiche.
Yeah, you'd have to do that with old newspapers. But my stepfather is an attorney in town, still is, and he was able to go and check the records on the property.
All right.
So he did that. And so I said, that whole inside of that place is just absolutely charred.
How do you know that, Miles? No reason.
Because we got up into the in the ceiling. I mean, we told him, and we didn't tell him what we were hiding.
Exactly.
But that apartment building had been the site of a fire, and like 4 or 5 college students had either passed on smoke inhalation. It was bad. I can't remember, but people did pass on. So I go back. He tells me this, and I'm like, "Hey, Matt, guess what, man?" I was like, "We're in a death house." Like, no kidding. Like there was a brand new fire chute ladder thing on the back of the unit.
I'm sure that was mandated.
It was mandated
after the kids died.
Because this is an old building. And in the back, you had a legitimately newer fire escape because that's what we would climb down to steal the donuts and the pepperoni rolls off the back loading deck. It was brand new. So this had not been that long ago that this happened. So that was one of the weird things, just being in there. Because, if you heard a noise or if you heard something weird, like a sound or whatever.
That death basement I lived in, there would have been 2 separate fires in that row house. You still had charred beams. They had replaced... put other beams up there, but you could still see the chart. There had been 2 separate fires. 2 people had died.
And 2 people died in separate fires. I hate
it. And both fires had to be started in the basement.
Correct. Somebody smoking or whatever. Right. But I was convinced that basement was haunted. I hated lit.
That's kind of what we thought.
But it was, I paid those guys like $150 a month.
What are you going to say? The first
Right.
house my parents bought in Baltimore.
$125.
No one died in a fire. And it's a big old row home. And the house at the time was just over 100 years old. And it turns out they bought the house from the kids of the guy that had lived there for 93 years. So he was born and raised there. Then after his parents died, like he just stayed, right? So dude died at the age of 93. I found out maybe a year after we lived there that he died in the house. And the room that he died in was my bedroom. I had not known that. And just like you're saying, after that, anytime I heard anything, I'm like, is this effing house?
This is weird.
Because this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that stuff.
Dude, and my buddies, those guys knew. So every time I come home from work at weird hours, and somebody would be hiding in that room. And I mean, it would scare the crap out of me.
What is the craziest thing that has happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK. Woman.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance, we know what matters most to you. And we work even harder to protect it, together. As a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
I'm one of those people who will happily eat steak and eggs any time of the day. Breakfast, dinner, it's technically midnight, but I'm still hungry. Doesn't matter. There's just something unbeatable about a good steak hitting a hot pan. That immediate sizzle, the smell filling the kitchen, and then topping it with a fried egg where the yolk is deep yellow and just barely runny. Unreal. Pure protein heaven. That's also why I love having Omaha steaks on hand. The steaks are incredibly tender, super flavorful, and cook evenly, whether I'm searing them on the stovetop or throwing them on the grill. It's that steakhouse quality bite at home. Omaha Steaks has everything from their fan-favorite filet mignon, yes, the USDA certified tender one, to burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, and even fully cooked comfort meals like beef pot roast or meat lovers lasagna for nights when you still want high protein but zero effort. Get 50% off the world's best everyday protein. Go to omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code T-Bone at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code T-Bone at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details.
Attention fans of Jury Duty. The groundbreaking comedy series is back for season 2, featuring an all-new cast. This installment takes the comedy out of the courthouse and into the mountains above Malibu for an annual company retreat. The catch? Everyone but the new guy is an actor. Oh yeah, and the company is fake. Get to know all the employees of Rockin' Grandma's Hot Sauce, a family business with everything on the line. Season 2 arrives with bigger laughs, higher stakes, and the same heart that made the first season a cultural phenomenon. And here's the fun part. You'll be able to try all 4 flavors of Rockin' Grandma's Hot Sauce on Amazon. Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat is streaming on Prime Video March 20th. Don't miss the feel-good comedy everyone's going to be talking about.
Missouri named Tira Smith was arrested last week after she allegedly broke into a home and started eating Fruity Pebbles in the kitchen. The family was home at the time. A woman says her son smelled something burning. So he walked downstairs to the kitchen. That's when he saw the strange lady eating Fruity Pebbles and petting the family dog. The oven was also on, so maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
That's a great guard dog.
Son ran and told his mom, who called 911. The mom also confronted Tara and demanded that she clean up the mess she made. That seemed like an odd request, but Fruity Pebbles and milk were scattered everywhere. Police arrived and determined that Tara was on something. She later told them she consumed a bottle of marijuana.
A bottle
of marijuana.
Interesting.
And was walking around outside and mistook the house for, I guess, hers. Or no, she said it was a fair she thought was going on.
Yeah.
She was charged with a first-degree burglary. Our question, what is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Carrie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Hola. Yeah, a long time ago, I had this wonderful little one-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend. And one morning, we noticed a weird bulge in the ceiling. And he stuck his finger in it, and it exploded in water everywhere in the kitchen.
I'm guessing the upstairs apartment was leaking.
Upstairs apartment was leaking, so we went around the corner, and it was like a waterfall between the hallway and the bathroom door. It was just running down. And so we called the apartment manager, and they sent somebody up to go and confront her because we weren't going to. We called her odd. She was a very odd lady.
But what do you mean,
and you know
odd?
what she told those people? She told them that Elvis was taking a bath.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that kind of odd. Okay, that explains that. Right.
Yeah, so that's why the water was running continuously in the bathtub upstairs.
You know, my question isn't so much that you think that Elvis is taking a bath, but even if he was taking a bath, how does that justify the waterfall that is pouring through the ceiling?
He gets all the water he wants, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I have no idea. She caused us a lot of problems. She would spit at us across from the top of the balcony and all kinds of stuff. She was a very odd woman.
How long after you moved in or after she moved in did it take for her to start doing things like spitting on you from the balcony?
From the time that we moved in.
Really?
Yes.
Did you
yes.
ever have a confrontation with, I mean, like the first, like you said, you knew her well enough at the point that your ceiling was flooding, that she was odd. But had you had a confrontation with her that said, you know what, let's not do that again?
Previous to that, yes, because she spit on my brother when he was helping me move my furniture in.
You should have known that. You should.
Outside, and she would exclaim that we all needed to be quiet because Elvis was taking a nap.
Was Elvis her kind of default for everything going on in the world?
I don't know. I think she lived with Elvis.
Was Elvis like a cat or a dog?
Yeah.
I mean, is there a better explanation for this?
No, there was no cat or dog. It was Elvis.
Her burning hunk of love.
She just sounds insane.
He was the cause of everything, I guess. I don't know, but it was really, really horrible to have all the water cascading down in the apartment.
Yep, I've had it happen to my home.
Yeah, I've had it twice. One time the kids, they disconnected the washer from the wall. We did not know. It's where they'd hidden for a hide-and-go-seek. So we have no idea that that's the case. So we run the washer and realize, okay, this is what's going on. But another time it was the hose for outside. It's during the summer, so I've been out there like watering plants and all this kind of crap. It was leaking into the basement, but we didn't know. And my son's computer used to be down there. And kids being kids, they see things, they interpret it literally. So he came outside and said, Dad, the computer is flooding, which just made no sense to me. So, you know, and as a dad, I'm just kind of mildly irritated. Like, what do you mean the computer's flooding? What does that mean? And so we'll come inside and look. And I thought for sure it'd be something on the screen, you know what I mean? And I went in and I'm like, holy S. It's like 3 inches of water on the floor. Had to pick up the hard drive before it flooded out. Luckily, we saved that. But in his mind, the computer itself was flooding, and I realized it's coming from the hose outside. The good news is this happened on a Sunday, so when you call the plumber, it just costs a little more. I'm like, you couldn't just do this tomorrow.
I could have saved my home. When my dad fell into the pedestal of the toilet and knocked the back off of it, he wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, mouse. What? The toilet's flooding. Are you kidding me? I'm still,
I like how he says the toilet's flooded, not I broke your toilet.
Yeah. So I go in there, and the back is gone. It's like in 2 huge chunks. So I go to turn off the water, and at the toilet, and it's stripped. I'm spinning this thing, and I'm like, oh, my God in heaven, it's stripped. Jesus, this is a new house. So I run downstairs, 3 stories down into the garage. I find the water main, which I remember it on a walkthrough on, like, the inspection.
But you don't remember after that.
I don't remember where it is after that. Exactly. I finally find it in a corner behind boxes that I'd stacked up, conveniently enough, yanking those things out of there. In the meantime, water is pouring down all of the ceiling lights that are...
Yeah, all the recessed lighting.
All the recessed lighting. It's pouring down the steps. I mean, it's a flood. And even when I finally turned that damn thing off, the water's still coming down because it's still in the pipes.
Yeah.
And I get up there. So when the plumber comes to just fix the toilet first, I said, man, I told you this thing is stripped. Look at this. Zzz. And he's like, oh, dude, it's a push pull. And I'm like, a push pull? Never heard of a push pull before.
And you never tried that even once?
No.
You just spun it?
No, that's the only thing I know. It's a knob. It looks like the same one you
Sure,
twist.
no, I know what you're saying. I get it.
A push pull my ass. I'm like, are you kidding me?
How long did you spin that thing before you ran down to the garage?
As soon as I knew it was stripped, I knew I had to go down there.
That's in quotes.
Yeah. But the thing was that I had hardwood floors on the second floor of this place. And there was so much water that it bowed up the individual slats.
Yep.
And I had to have someone come in there and totally resand that entire floor so it would be flat again because it was all warped up. So I just spent like 5 days in a hotel, like down here at South Lake Union.
Yeah.
You know, with the wife until we could get back in there because they have to sand it. Then they have to, put the shellac on there and all that crap.
And it's not even all that. It's also moving all of your furniture out of the room. Right. All the stuff.
And then worrying about mold on the inside of everything else. We had to blow fans the entire time. You walked in there, it looked like E.T.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
Plastic everywhere, fans blowing crap.
It happened in an apartment building I was in. And, like, it had flooded down. So that condo building I lived in Belltown.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was almost to the end, but there was somebody on the other side. And same thing. Some dude just went on vacation and left something on. Oh. But, I mean, it had dripped through, like, 3 floors. And, I mean, that destroyed some of those condos.
Oh, yeah.
And then the apartment building I was in over here, something happened, same thing had flooded. And again, I lucked out. But there was fans in that hallway for weeks.
Yeah.
Just trying to dry stuff out.
I told you, man, I was a teenager when this happened, and they owned the home, but it's one of these old Baltimore brownstones, and we're in the living room, all plaster ceilings, and the ceiling kind of cracked, which is not unusual for plaster, but, like, it cracked real time. And so we all backed away because we had the presence of mind to know. It's not like drywall. This stuff comes down in chunks. It's heavy, blah, blah, blah. So it cracks.
Basically like concrete.
Yeah. And like you hear it, we see it, we're like, what the hell? So everyone backs away. And dude's mom was taking a bath, man. And I mean, it's one of those old claw tooth baths. God damn it, it's not funny, but it was funny. And this bathtub just drops out of the ceiling with her in it, man, and slams to the living room floor. And it's all, I mean, they're busted up beyond repair, but like this thing hits. And she'd been sitting in the bath with her arms hanging over each side of the tub. So, like,
as one was?
Yeah, it messed up her shoulders, the whole nine. But I remember when the thing came crashing down because you can't believe what you're seeing. Because, like, you saw one of the claw feet kind of come through first. And we're like, that can't be. And then the time it takes you to save the bathtub. I mean, this thing, it's on its way down. It's like 13-foot ceiling. God damn, I'm really trying not to laugh. Because she looked like Big Shirley, his mom, from What's Happening.
Oh, Jesus.
She really did, right? So this thing slams into the floor. But the thing I remember most, like, she's screaming because she's in pain more than anything else. But the water all kind of, like, landed back in the tub. You know, it splashed back.
All right.
But, like, she landed before the water did. So it's almost like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Here comes Big Mama, because she was a big girl. That thing slams into the floor, and we're like, oh, my God. And then the water comes down and kind of recovers her. You know what I mean? And it's just like
Flashdance.
Oh, my God. Like, are you okay, man? She wasn't. But, yeah.
What is the craziest thing that has happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Randall. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Hola. Doing well, man.
Okay, so my story is, yesterday I was sitting on my bed, chilling, just reading a book, and I just hear this loud thud. I go outside, there's a Ford Ranger just stuck in my garden bed, hit my house. I come outside, he sees me and just drives off.
What?
Yep.
How
That's
bad?
what I was thinking.
How bad was your house damage?
It was thankfully not. He hit the one pole that he shouldn't have hit it, and he dented his bed.
And now, do you own this home?
Yeah, I live with my mother. We Yeah.
Okay.
It was bad.
Is there anyone that has a Ring camera in the area? Is there any way that you can maybe find a local store that's got surveillance or anything like that?
No. We live on a main road.
Well, you should be able to find
This wasn't
something.
the first time this has happened, guys. There was a second time I was sitting on the porch. I was talking about my sister. I was smoking a cigarette, chilling, and this lady just drifts out and just hits another pole by my house. Right, she hit the other garden bed.
Do you live by like a turn?
Yes. People are terrible drivers, guys.
Oh, we
All
know.
right. Yeah.
We know.
But if we saw where your house was situated, could we easily see how this could probably happen?
I live by Forest Park, so there's like a big giant hill, and then you got the turn. It's like a 15. You're supposed to take it at 15 miles per hour. People go 40, they spin out, and then they just hit. There was 2 years ago, I saw this guy who was driving, and he just flipped over his car right in front of my house.
Gee, how many different accidents have you seen just by living there?
Dude, too many for my lifetime. Too many.
See, I'd be afraid to go to bed.
I would too.
Yeah. I'm always thankful, though, because I just got to run out as soon as I hear it, check on the guy, and all the time they've been okay. I'm thankful for that.
I was just looking for that one story out of Oregon, because I remember that the car went 100 feet.
Yeah.
So I Googled something, and I mean, it's like pages and pages of cars driving through barber shops, 7-Elevens, homes. Like
Without
these are all within like the last week.
Dude, my grandfather did it in D.C.
He drove into something?
Yeah, same thing. So think of like it's a busy street, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's like 2 lanes. It's probably 25 or 35 miles an hour. But if you grew up in like Northeast DC, like people cruise down this road all the time. Queens Chapel.
All right.
So he's coming around this turn. I mean, I'll be dead honest with you. This was so long ago. He did not call us. We saw it on the news.
Oh, Jesus.
So like he's coming around this curve, and I think he just didn't stop. Somehow his car hit another car, kind of like that. That truck lifted up. And these people on the curve, they had built in a little like brick wall because
that
had happened. And his car smashed into that. It was all over the news. We were like, I can remember my dad being like, I think that's my dad's car. And then they're like, Philip Smith Sr.
Yeah, we lived in upstate New York, and I've told this before. There weren't a lot of busy roads where we lived, but if there was going to be quote-unquote heavy traffic for this area, these are the roads you took. But they came to a 3-point intersection. But there was someone's house where their driveway lined up, where if you didn't know, it looked like a 4-way intersection. And 3 times a year, every year, we're driving back from the grocery store, and there's the fire department, there's the police, there's an ambulance. Somebody blew through the stop sign and basically crashed into his garage. Keep in mind, his garage was at the end of the driveway. So even if you thought it was a street, you would at least ask yourself, that's a strange place to put a garage. But it was this freaking driveway, but it was just lined up exactly perfect with this 3-way intersection. So this went on for about 3 years. And in the wintertime, it was really bad because it gets super dark early, ice cold, always covered in ice. People just couldn't stop. This guy's garage was demolished all the time. So finally, about a year later, he had to pay the money and had his entire driveway just reconfigured.
All right.
So that it wasn't lined up. My father goes, I don't know how long this guy's lived here, but he finally made the right decision. I mean, people plowed into his house constantly.
I did like a half year of shop and a half year of home ec in high school.
Yep.
So the home ec assignment was, I don't know what day it was, but we're all going to make something from scratch and make it, because they had kitchenettes. They had like little kitchen stations.
Yeah.
They also had places where you could like iron stuff, sewing machines, and all these things in this big room. But I think me and my buddy were going to make, or the girl I was working with, we were going to make breakfast. So our deal was we were going to make pancakes or something like that, and eggs, scrambled eggs, whatever the deal was. My buddy Jeff, he had this huge-ass sassafras tree in his front yard. And it was very rare. I mean, it was one of the only ones in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Now, sassafras trees, their leaves are about the size of a baseball mitt.
Okay.
They are huge. But you can make tea with them.
Right.
So he and his family always grew up making this tea because they had this tree in their yard. Basically, you take a
Is it any good, sassafras tea?
It's great.
Really?
It's really good iced tea. But you do it like in a glass pitcher, like, like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Because you let the sun basically you
bleach all the flavors out or whatever.
Yeah, you just put the big ass leaves in there. You don't like put them in a little bag or anything like that. You don't put them in a cheesecloth or anything like that. You put the leaves in the water, you set it outside, you cover it up, and within like 3 or 4 days, it's good to go. So that was going to be his project. I want to make homemade tea from the tree in my yard. Sticks this thing in the front passenger seat floor of his car. He's going around a turn. The pitcher spills over. Jeff reaches down, and when he does, he yanks the wheel. He then goes off the road and slams into a cord of wood that is stacked in between two homes. When he hits the cord of wood, kind of like Jenga, one of the middle pieces...
Just one.
One of the middle pieces in the cord shoots out, flies through the air, goes through the window of a home, over the top of a baby's crib, and lands, smashes into the wall, and lands right near the changing table. The baby was not in the room. But, I mean, he shot this thing straight through the window into the nursery. There's glass everywhere.
Yeah.
This is where your baby goes to sleep. There's glass all over the room. This is 7 o'clock in the morning. High school is early.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is real. So the fact that kid must have got up at 6 saved his damn life.
Because babies don't sleep.
It's even covered in glass. What is the craziest thing that happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Beezus. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
Okay, so back in the day, about 30 years ago, my mom had this big, huge barn, and it had a big hayloft up in the top part of the barn, and it was really cool because like all my uncles like kept all their Playboys and stuff up there.
Yeah.
So, I was really popular, so we would always go up there and I learned how to make a torch out of with hairspray and a lighter.
Oh yeah, the good old days.
Yeah. So I was showing my buddy up the hayloft, and I was showing him this torch. I got a little too close to the hay and lit it on fire. And so we, in a panic, we rip our shirts off and we're beating this fire out. We get it all put out, and then we gotta clean up all the burnt hay and everything. We get it all cleaned up. And 30 years later, we go rolling by that barn with my mom, and she goes, "Man, I really miss that old barn." And I go, when I was 8 years old, I almost burnt it down, showing my buddy a torch, showing my buddy how to make a torch with a lighter and a hairspray. She goes, if you would have burnt that down, it would have killed you, right? And I was like, now you know why I'm waiting 30 years.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you now.
I'm telling you.
So, Mom, if it makes you feel any better, I was just taking them up there to look at Playboys.
Yeah. And all those barns are leaning one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
Like whenever you're up there and a kid, you're like, oh, yeah, man, a friend's got a barn. You go in there, and it's amazing that a wind gust didn't blow them down.
Yeah, it's a rickety death trap.
What is the craziest thing that has happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code podcast at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
Have you or a family member been diagnosed with early-stage non-small cell lung cancer that can be removed by surgery? Consider talking to an oncologist about your treatment options. Why? Because knowing your options before you have surgery can help your care team develop a treatment plan that's right for you. Learn about a potential treatment plan before and after surgery at askbeforesurgery.com. That's askbeforesurgery.com. And talk to an oncologist before your surgery.
At Amica Insurance, we know it's not just about where you're going, but who you go with. That's why we work even harder to protect what matters most. And as a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, Empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
I'm one of those people who will happily eat steak and eggs any time of the day. Breakfast, dinner, it's technically midnight, but I'm still hungry. Doesn't matter. There's just something unbeatable about a good steak hitting a hot pan. That immediate sizzle, the smell filling the kitchen, and then topping it with a fried egg where the yolk is deep yellow and just barely runny. Unreal. Pure protein heaven. That's also why I love having Omaha steaks on hand. The steaks are incredibly tender, super flavorful, and cook evenly, whether I'm searing them on the stovetop or throwing them on the grill. It's that steakhouse quality bite at home. Omaha Steaks has everything from their fan favorite filet mignon, yes, the USDA certified tender one, to burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, and even fully cooked comfort meals like beef pot roast or meat lovers lasagna for nights when you still want high protein but zero effort. Get 50% off the world's best everyday protein. Go to omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code T-Bone at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code T-Bone at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details.
Attention fans of Jury Duty. The groundbreaking comedy series is back for season 2, featuring an all-new cast. This installment takes the comedy out of the courthouse and into the mountains above Malibu for an annual company retreat. The catch? Everyone but the new guy is an actor. Oh yeah, and the company is fake. Get to know all the employees of Rockin' Grandma's Hot Sauce, a family business with everything on the line. Season 2 arrives with bigger laughs, higher stakes, and the same heart that made the first season a cultural phenomenon. And here's the fun part. You'll be able to try all 4 flavors of Rockin' Grandma's Hot Sauce on Amazon. Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat is streaming on Prime Video March 20th. Don't miss the feel-good comedy everyone's going to be talking about.
If you're the kind of person who reads ingredient labels, for yourself, for your coffee creamer, for literally everything, it makes sense to care just as much about what you're feeding your dog. That's why so many dog parents are choosing Healthy Dogma. Healthy Dogma makes dog food with real, recognizable ingredients. No fillers, no mystery ingredients. Just thoughtfully sourced nutrition that actually makes sense. Their protein-added Pet Mix complete meals are gently dehydrated to preserve goodness and make life easier. And in minutes, mealtime is ready. It's simple, convenient, and feels like a better way to feed your dog without overthinking it. Because taking care of your dog shouldn't feel complicated. It should feel aligned with how you already live. Right now, you can save 20% on your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. That's 20% off your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. Healthy Dogma, food made with care.
Looking for a protein powder that tastes great and keeps ingredients simple? Meet Clean Simple Eats. Clean Simple Eats uses grass-fed whey protein isolate with 20 grams of complete protein per serving, plus digestive enzymes and a low-lactose formula designed to be easy on digestion. No artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, just clean ingredients and amazing flavors you'll actually look forward to. They even offer variety packs so you can try multiple flavors. Clean Simple Eats is undeniably clean and 100% delicious. Shop now at cleansimpleeats.com.
Having the right people in your corner for life's biggest milestones makes all the difference. Like a friend who's there when you're house hunting or checking out a new ride, State Farm is there too, helping you choose the coverage you need. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you along the way. And with so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help choosing a plan that fits your needs, so you can continue celebrating all of life's milestones. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Micah had the story at headlines. A Cincinnati woman who's lived in her apartment for less than a month said a raccoon has been using a hole in the roof to invade her home every day for over a week. Alexis Hubbard said she first started hearing unusual noises in her ceiling on February 20th. And on March 1st, she captured video of the intruding raccoon entering her apartment through a hole in the kitchen cupboard.
Why didn't you repair the hole?
She said the raccoon has since been entering her home every single day, often bringing in trash from outside and pooping on the floor in the living room. She said the animal is apparently getting into the building through that hole in a roof and then working its way down. She is especially concerned for her son, who has cerebral palsy. He can't walk. His main method of transportation is crawling. He's not able to go around on his own at all because it's unsafe. I don't know what kind of biohazards are now on the floor. She said the landlord did place a trap for the raccoon Thursday night, and authorities in Virginia recently identified another raccoon as the perpetrator in a string of break-ins at a strip mall in Hanover. This is the same town.
Is it a break-in if it's a raccoon?
Where the raccoon was found passed out drunk on the bathroom floor at ABC Liquors. Same neighborhood. Same neighborhood for these raccoons.
I'm kind of liking these raccoons. I like how the landlord says, you know what, I'm going to set a trap. I'd be like, how about patch the hole?
Yeah. Before the raccoon got drunk, it broke into the ABC Liquors. It had also broke into a neighboring karate studio and the DMV office.
It broke into a karate studio.
That's exactly right.
Can't be too careful out there on the streets, Miles.
Karate raccoon.
Kung Fu raccoon.
There's always one in every neighborhood.
I'd go see that movie.
Did you ever see Kung Fu Panda?
No.
I saw the first one.
Was it good?
This is Kung Fu Trash Panda.
This was Kung Fu Trash Panda. It was a while ago. I didn't hate it.
I feel like Kung Fu Trash Panda is like a little more adult. It's a cartoon, but it's like rated R, and he's drunk a lot.
Well, yeah, if it's based on this guy's life story, yeah, he's hammered.
And we call him Trash Panda, not raccoon.
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. So, I've been listening to you guys forever. Thank you for all the music.
Oh, thank you for listening, man.
We appreciate it.
And what happened at my home was one night about 11:30 at night. At that time, he was about 9-year-old son came up. I'm a pretty light sleeper. He came up and said, "Hey, Dad." And I didn't wake up yet, and he kind of slapped me in the face. I woke up and said, "What do you need? You know, what's bothering you?" He goes, "Well, can I sleep with you and Mom?" I go, "You're a little bit big to sleep with me and Mom, and you kick. So it doesn't feel good. So what's the problem?" He goes, "Well, there's a man outside my window, and he's naked."
What?
Okay.
And I went, "Really?" And at that time, my wife was awake. And she goes, you need to go look. And I go, you think? So I turn on the back porch lights, and there's a guy in the backyard, and he's naked. I got a fence all around my house. So I'm going, what are you doing? To this guy. I told my wife to call 911, call the police. And I said, "What are you doing?" He didn't say nothing. He proceeded to walk across the yard. I told my son, "Don't go outside. Don't open any doors. Don't do anything. Just stay here." And this time now he's got attention on him. And he starts going next door to the house next door. He jumped the fence, but he's still naked, obviously.
What kind of fence do you have? Just because in my mind, I'm trying to think, what's the safest fence for me to climb over naked?
Well, it was a cedar wood fence at that time. Now I have chain link.
Okay.
And it's a lot taller. So I think I got chain link because of that. So then he went over to my neighbor's, and my neighbor's house, he has real little kids, and he went and got his shotgun out and turned on the lights and said, "What the heck?" 911 did that stuff. By that time, all our back porch lights are on. Everybody's got their lights on. I got big spotlights that shine in the backyard. And we're going, "What are you doing?" And he's not talking to anybody. And he's just walking through the yard naked. He had no clothes on, nothing, just swinging in the wind. And everybody's going, "Oh, my God." And then he made the mistake.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
You still there?
Made the mistake of jumping over the next neighbor's yard. And the next neighbor has like 4 or 5 big breed dogs. And he bit into him.
Oh, they bit him?
Real quick. Oh, yeah, they bit him. They bit him a lot.
How bad? He kept going?
He kept going. And they chased to the fence, and there was something scaling over the back fence. And by that time, then the police showed up. And he said he just went over the back fence that way. And then the police came along and caught him on the other street. And I guess he was released from a funny farm or something.
Oh. Did they not release him with clothes?
I don't know. I think they released him and he took his clothes off.
But he didn't, other than being naked in your yard and being mauled by dogs and continuing on, He didn't do anything else. He's just walking.
No, he was just standing out people's windows, staring in their windows, standing there naked. I'm just glad my son's window was locked.
Yeah.
I don't know what could have happened if he would have come through the screen.
Did that traumatize him for a while, your son?
Oh, yeah, he slept upstairs for quite a while.
Yeah, I don't blame him. You're 9 years old.
Downstairs anymore.
I'm 57. I would too.
Yeah,
like I'm switching where I sleep, man. That is very uncomfortable.
We moved him upstairs and put him in the computer room and moved the computer room downstairs to his old room, and then put him upstairs and changed his bed and did all that stuff and moved it upstairs. And then we had to worry about my daughter because my daughter in the other room downstairs. So then she said, well, I don't want to sleep upstairs. So for a while, she slept upstairs in the living room by the fireplace.
You should have told her, look, man, we're not playing favorites. It's just about which one of you saw the naked man in the yard first.
How close were you to this mental facility?
Thank you.
I don't think there's any mental facilities around where I live. That's why it was. There's no mental facilities that I know of that exist where I live.
Well, that's the thing.
All right, so it shouldn't happen again.
No, it shouldn't happen again.
Was he screaming or anything when he was being attacked by these dogs?
Oh yeah, he was saying stuff. He was going screaming out and going ow. But the dogs they bit him 4 or 5 times.
So it's not that he was nonverbal. Because I was thinking, look, if you're in a drug-induced coma, maybe you can take that trauma. It's going to hurt a little bit.
No, wait, did he run away from the dogs, or did he just suffer their bites and then just keep going on?
He just kept going on. He didn't run. He just walked. That's why I'm looking at this guy. I can see him across the 2 yards, and I'm watching him because I'm on my balcony. He's up on the second floor. So I can see him all the way, and he's just casually walking away while he's being bit. I'm going, this guy's on something.
That would be my thought.
Or he's just that far out there that I will say credit to your son. Because, I get your point being like, yeah, come on, man. You're a little old for this. There's a naked guy outside my window.
Okay, on it.
It's like, all right, you have a good reason to be up here.
But see, only a 9-year-old begins the conversation with, can I sleep in your bed? Anyone else would be like, there is a naked man outside of my window. Yeah. Not a 9-year-old. Hey, man, I don't want to cause any problem. Nothing like that.
He can stay out there.
He can stay where he is. Can I sleep with you?
That's another good point.
That's what, start with the
adults
headline.
would lead with, there's a naked dude outside my window.
Absolutely.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
I'm picturing full-grown adults. Hey, Mike, you mind if I sleep in your room tonight? Why? There's a naked guy outside my window.
And I don't want to cause any problems, though. Move over a little.
You're a little big to be sleeping together.
Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
Yeah, so when I was 5, my mom's car we were living at my grandmother's, and my mom's car was parked in the carport, and it just blew up in the middle of the night.
The car did?
Yeah.
It literally exploded?
Yeah, it exploded.
Does anyone know why that is?
I'm not entirely sure, but at the time, my dad was on trial for conspiracy, and I've always just assumed it was a warning.
Was she a witness at the trial?
No, he was smart enough to leave her out of everything, but he sold a lot of cocaine back in the 80s, and his whole ring got in a lot of trouble, and from what I understand, he was about to cooperate, and then he decided he wasn't going to cooperate.
And then the car exploded overnight.
It exploded in the middle of the night, yeah.
So obviously you call the cops and all that kind of thing, and they didn't offer any kind of follow-up like, hey, this is what we think it is?
I was 5. I don't know.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Did your dad, did he get all that stuff cleared up, I guess?
Yeah, he got a 30-year sentence and ended up getting out about a decade ago. But
have you talked to him at all?
Oh yeah, I'm in. He's part of my life sort of now. But
okay, well,
did you ask him about the car? Like, hey, quick side note, just curious. You know anything about the explosion of Mom's car?
Yeah, he says he doesn't know anything about it, but.
Well, he probably has an idea. He just doesn't know who did it.
I got to imagine, yeah.
Did it set your house on fire?
No. It was an open-air carport, and she was kind of parked far enough that the fire department got it out before it spread to the house. But
do you remember what kind of car it was?
Oh, God, it was a Buick.
Okay.
I would say if it was a Pinto, it could have just happened.
Could have been a Firebird.
Yeah.
Not a Firebird.
Okay.
That would have been a better story.
Or a Fiero.
Damn, that's terrible. I think I'd rather deal with the naked guy.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, at least the naked guy, you can assess the risk.
We can assess the risk. Like, it's not a warning. It's just a crazy naked guy. Someone blows up my car, and my thought is this is a warning. I don't know what other warnings might be coming my way.
If I have an electric car, maybe I figure there's maybe a battery fire or something like that. But
oh, yeah.
Not just a gasoline car blowing up that's not engaged.
Correct.
You know?
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah. And is it a warning? Or you just go off, when was it supposed to go off?
See, that would be my question. Like I said, naked guy, I'm like, it's a naked dude. All right.
It is a warning because it wasn't attached to the home. So if that would have been like a carport.
No, but Ted's saying, like, was it supposed to go off, say, 6 hours earlier? Yeah. Like,
I'm just thinking about, like, the movie Casino, right?
All right.
They try to kill him and firebomb his car, but remember, it's like, he had this. And that movie's obviously based fictionally.
Yeah.
But it had, like, a steel plate underneath his seat, and they're like, it's the only way he survived. So it's like, I don't, it's not an exact science. Like, is that a warning, unfortunately? Or, like,
are they actually trying to kill me?
Yeah, like, I'm with you. That is much more scarier than naked guy outside the window.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
By the way, Ted, if I'm ever going to send you a warning, I'm going to send a naked guy outside your window. Yeah. I'm not going to blow up your car. It's just a naked dude. Just, you, Ted.
Yeah.
I'm naked. I'm staying here all night. Sweet dreams, buddy.
Yeah, step into the house, naked guy.
Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola, picholas. So, my ex and I, we had a house next to SeaTac. You know, friends would come over, park their car, and fly out.
Sure.
My ex, she had a girlfriend. They worked together at a restaurant down in the South Center area, you know, it's close by. Well, she was flying out. She came and spent the night. She's flying out the next morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. My ex is in the shower, and I'm dead asleep. Her friend's sleeping on the couch. And my German Shepherd's like, you know, really good dog. She's whining and poking me with her nose. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Walk out in the living room, and here's my ex's friend on the couch going into convulsions.
Wow.
And, yeah, you know, seizures and stuff. And I don't know what the hell to do. You know, you roll them over and tip their head sideways so they don't choke on their tongue or whatever.
Yep, that's correct.
So, and I've never did mouth to mouth before. I'm like freaking out. She's spitting at me, and I'm like, what the hell? And now the next wife's out of the shower, so she's calling 911, and thank God they got there quick enough to where they could take care of her. But
was she epileptic?
Yeah, well, evidently, I didn't know her that well.
Yeah.
Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
Now, when that happened to my kid, I did not know that my daughter was an epileptic.
How old was she when you discovered this?
Oh, God. 11, 12 years old.
Okay.
And the problem was that she was in the top bunk bed.
Right.
With this little rinkety ladder. Now, at this point in time, she is not a little girl anymore. You know,
she's 11.
She's past the age of being able to pick up. But I had to get her ass down that ladder, you know, and still be able to hold on and hold her like a fireman carry.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't that high, I still had to drag her ass out of there. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. I did not know. I knew she was having a seizure.
Sure.
I knew something was going on. But beyond that, I didn't know, like, why is she having these convulsions? Why does she seem like she's like in a cardiac arrest? It was just, if you'd have known that beforehand, you go, she's
better prepared
she's
to
having
deal.
a seizure. I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Correct.
But at the time, I also didn't know when that happens that you expunge everything from the front and the backside.
Yeah.
So as I'm fireman carrying her down the ladder, it's coming out both sides. And I mean, I've got, her ass on my shoulder.
But I would think at that point,
just like, Jesus Christ, man.
Minimal thing. But yeah,
I was freaking the hell out.
Our neighbor, when I lived in Denver, I'm like 8 years old. We did not know he had epilepsy. I don't know if the guy's wife knew or not, but I remember the phone rings. You still have the house line. So when the phone rings, it rings in like all 4 rooms and there's a phone. So my brother and I wake up, and I can't understand my father's words, but I can tell like some S has hit the fan. I mean, he is up. He's out of the bedroom. My mother's right behind him, and they run to the neighbor's house. So outside of my bedroom window, clear line of sight to the neighbor's house, we see them disappear in. Still don't know what's going on. They had 3 little kids. They had 2 daughters and a real young son at that point. They're just standing out front looking distressed. My brother and I, we just don't know what to do. So we're focusing on the house. Ambulance finally shows up, whatever, and we see the father of the house is now being taken out on a stretcher, still alive. Same thing. He had an epileptic seizure, but we didn't know, and I don't know that my brother and I even knew what epilepsy was at that age. But we're kind of awake. Everyone's adrenaline is going, and my parents come back, and so my parents are trying to explain to me and my brother what was going on, and this is pre-911, right? So the neighbor called us because we're the closest, because she needs help. Then you call the ambulance because they're going to take longer to get there, kind of thing. And it was all about making sure he doesn't choke on his tongue and all this. He was a bigger dude, okay? So the whole thing was, roll him over so he doesn't choke on the tongue. The wife couldn't do it herself. That's when my dad pops in. So they're telling us this stuff, and we were pretty close to this family. So my brother and I are kind of in distress. I can tell my dad's, just kind of upset about the situation. And but my mother just has a slightly different look on her face. She's upset, but there's just something more. So we finally asked her, we're like, Mom, what's wrong? She's like, I didn't know he slept naked. So she's like, he's flailing around the bed. And she has like flop on top of the very big, pasty dude, man. And she's like, guys, penis was out. Like you're saying, like he's pooping, he's peeing. All this stuff's going on. While my father's trying to be deadly serious, and help this guy out. And she's like, I'm laying on top of him with his wife. And she's like, there's just stuff everywhere. And I'm like, he sleeps naked? She's like, yes. And she just could not get the image out of her head, man. That's what she took away from the neighbor.
White wanging.
Yeah. And he was such a big dude, man. I'm just like, ew. It really stuck with her. It's like, oh.
That's what it looks like.
How was it afterwards?
He was back home later that day. I mean, basically, we had school. I don't think his kids went. But when we got home, he's back. He had like the rest of the week off or whatever. And you wouldn't know that anything happened. He was just like, hey, sorry if I woke you guys up. But as he's telling us this, me and my brother were like, hey, we're just glad you're okay. Whatever it was. Yeah. He's like, I'm fine, medication, blah, blah, blah. But all I could think is, my mom saw his penis, but I'm not going to say that to him. But she was so disgusted that in spite of this, 911 level of urgency, she's just like, listen, you ever seen a big, pasty dude's penis while he's pooping?
Yeah.
It's like, I have.
But that was the
while
only
he's thrashing in the bed. Yeah.
You know for a fact that's the only naked white penis she's seen in person.
I don't know that as a fact.
Oh, come on. Your parents dated early. There's no way.
Hey, that doesn't mean anything.
That's the only white wang she's ever seen.
It doesn't mean they're each other's first.
And I don't think that helps his mom at all.
No, he didn't do.
There's so silver lining other than the guy lived.
Right.
That's the silver lining here.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be a porn thumbnail,
What is the craziest thing that has happened to or at your home? 206-803.
If you're the kind of person who reads ingredient labels, for yourself, for your coffee creamer, for literally everything, it makes sense to care just as much about what you're feeding your dog. That's why so many dog parents are choosing Healthy Dogma. Healthy Dogma makes dog food with real, recognizable ingredients. No fillers, no mystery ingredients. Just thoughtfully sourced nutrition that actually makes sense. Their protein-added pet mix complete meals are gently dehydrated to preserve goodness and make life easier. And in minutes, mealtime is ready. It's simple, convenient, and feels like a better way to feed your dog without overthinking it. Because taking care of your dog shouldn't feel complicated. It should feel aligned with how you already live. Right now, you can save 20% on your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. That's 20% off your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. Healthy Dogma, food made with care.
Looking for a protein powder that tastes great and keeps ingredients simple? Meet Clean Simple Eats. Clean Simple Eats uses grass-fed whey protein isolate with 20 grams of complete protein per serving, plus digestive enzymes and a low-lactose formula designed to be easy on digestion. No artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, just clean ingredients and amazing flavors you'll actually look forward to. They even offer variety packs so you can try multiple flavors. Clean Simple Eats is undeniably clean and 100% delicious. Shop now at cleansimpleeats.com.
There's an SUV that turns the unthinkable into the unforgettable. The new Nissan Pathfinder, built for big adventures and all that family chaos. It's powered by a strong V6 engine with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Inside, it's rugged and capable, but still premium and tech-forward, with room for up to 8 passengers. It's also available with 7-passenger seating and second-row captain's chairs. With massive hauling capability, now you can bring all the gear you and your family need for unforgettable adventures. The new V6 Nissan Pathfinder. Power your adventure.
My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
Rock.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Turn Daily. Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We will sit and spin. Oscars are on Sunday night today. We get 10 actors with a Billboard Top 100 hit. Those that crossed over into the world of music,
I guess.
We're going to find out. Coming up at 4:30. Right after emails on our question, what is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Kathy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Hola.
So, back in the 70s, probably late 70s, we were getting ready to go to a concert. We dropped a couple hits of, your favorite psychedelic. And, but 2 weeks prior to this, a couple months prior to this, we had lost a couple of our snakes. We had a couple of little, 6-inch long corn snakes, I think they were.
You lost a couple of them?
Yeah, they disappeared out of their aquarium. They have a tendency to do that.
What kind of snakes were they?
I think they were corn snakes. They were pretty.
Okay.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, they get pretty big.
Yeah, they do. So we drop this acid. We get ready to go to the show, and we walk out. Our parking is on the side of the house, so you have to walk in front of the house. And as we're doing this, a car comes out of the school parking lot across the street from us and slides. It's snowing out. Slides, hits the pole in front of our house and knocks it into the house. It hits the house right between two of us as we're walking. So we decide, well, wait a minute, maybe we better rethink this. It's snowing. We got to go to Seattle for the show. I can't even remember the show we were going to. I know that the Grateful Dead were playing at the Coliseum or at the Seattle Center at that same time, though. Can't miss them. So we go back in, and my friend goes into the bathroom. A couple minutes later, he comes out. He goes, "Man, you got some really strange things in your bathroom." And he holds up his hand, and he's got one of our snakes, which is almost a foot long now, attached to his hand right about the thumb area, and he's got his jaw wrapped around his hand, and he's holding up, and the snake's just wiggling around on him. So yeah, that was.
Do you think the acid affected any of this chain of events as far as just how bizarre it was?
Probably. But how often do you go into somebody's bathroom and you come out with a snake hanging off your hand?
And just for the record, this guy had taken acid too, and then he gets attacked by a snake in the bathroom.
Yes.
Do you think that's why he was so calm about it?
He was a little bit of a different sort, so who knows?
All right. Well, thank God the car slammed in front of your home into a pole, because you probably would have gotten your car and driven in the snow, and the same thing would have happened to you.
I mean, Miles.
We did drive.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm sure you guys have been in out front of a place where the Grateful Dead are playing. It's quite the experience in itself, but that didn't happen at my house, so that wasn't part.
Yeah.
Couldn't add that in there.
Just out of curiosity, again, I don't like snakes, but how long does a snake go missing? You just give up on it?
After about the second week.
So how long were they gone?
They've been living in our walls, evidently.
Oh, so these weren't actual pets, or were you finding them in your home and then putting them in the aquarium?
Oh, no. They were pets.
All right.
And they just escaped.
Never owned another one after that.
And moved into the wall. So they had grown twice their size in the time that they were living in the wall. How long had they been missing before your tripping buddy finally had one bite in his hand?
Probably between 2 and 3 months, right in that time frame.
Okay.
We were doing acid back then. Time kind of had its own life back then.
Yeah.
No, I'm just imagining tripping on acid, getting bitten by a snake. Like, I would be mortified.
It might be better for you, though.
Well, to be fair, that size of a snake, it's just going to latch on. They really don't have teeth. It's not going to hurt.
I don't think Ted cares.
I don't.
Yeah. They'll just open up their mouth because that's their defense.
It's a phobia. I do not like them.
Yeah.
Like, that's already like kind of a weird nightmare scenario that somebody's got a snake and it gets you. But I can't imagine trying to mentally prepare.
Oh, like we used to pick up. We used to pick up racer snakes, black snakes. Black snakes, don't pick them up any more than 3 feet, but you can pick them up to move them off your property.
I mean, you can.
They'll latch onto your arm or whatever, but it doesn't hurt.
Look, man, people can tell me if the tarantula.
All you gotta do is pinch the sides of their eyes, man. They'll let go.
But it doesn't matter. If you're scared,
no, they're not venomous.
Take a tarantula. They'll be like, hey, man, their venom does nothing to a person. I'm like, you think my issue is with whether or not the spider is venomous?
That's the first thing you need to identify.
If it is venomous,
that's a problem.
Worse, but I don't care.
Especially the smaller they are. So if you pick up a smaller snake, they can't really regulate.
Right. But again, if you're scared of snakes, you don't care.
No.
Correct. Well, Ted's not going to pick it up if you, dude. It's non-venomous and toothless. You'd be like, cool, kill it.
I mean, I had a black snake once slide across,
me too, brother.
like my boot.
Where were you?
Just at my buddy's property.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I'll let that go.
You did let that go.
Correct.
That's huge.
Yeah. But that's about it. I would be furious. Sorry. I just can't imagine, like, hey, we're going to a dead show. And then the worst thing that can happen to me is like, you know what I mean? Like, my mind's already telling me there's snakes around.
Right.
But I'm tripping. Now you're telling me a real one's on my hand? Pissed.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803.
I don't know that I'm friends with anybody that has a snake in their home as an adult.
I knew one guy that when I was living in New Orleans, and he went out of town for a week. He asked me and the chick I was with to watch it for a week, and it was, like I said, snakes don't bother me, so it was not a problem. But we had this big-ass snake in the aquarium, I guess, whatever. Looked like an aquarium to me. I guess you call it a terrarium if it's a snake or something living in it. They really don't do anything other than the one time we fed it and even said, hey, you don't have to feed it. I fed it before I left. There's no chance we're not going to feed the snake to watch it feed, but we dropped this little mouse in there, and I felt bad for the mouse because we dropped it in, and I thought it'd be this quick, like it's over. We dropped the mouse in there. The mouse recognizes that it is a snake, and so the mouse is sitting perfectly still, and it is staring at the snake. I don't even know if the mouse blinked, right? The snake kind of wakes up, flicks its tongue, so now it knows the mouse is in there. It was still like 20 minutes before the snake did anything, and I'm like, oh, God, man. The mouse is very aware that the snake knows, but the snake's kind of like, I'll read the morning paper first, get a cup of coffee, and then when it decided to strike, it was the fastest thing you've ever seen.
I used to pick up mice for my buddy Matt's snake because I worked pretty close to the pet store downtown. So I'd walk home, and he's like, hey, man, we need a mouse. I was like, all right. They give it to you in like a little carry box.
Yeah.
Like donut holes would be in. Like with a handle on top.
Oh, yeah.
So you're walking down the street, man. This thing's like going off like popcorn in this.
Oh, yeah. It's probably like you're about to feed my ass to a snake.
And by the time you get them home, they're pretty tired out, right? And the snake, and we just get stoned and watch this thing go to town. And
did it strike immediately, or did it just let the mouse?
It depends on how hungry it was. So sometimes it would just kind of check it out for a while and determine like when it wanted to eat it. Other times it was on it just within seconds.
Yeah, this thing, I mean, it's getting to the point where we're getting bored. I'm like, look, I'm not going to take my eyes away because I want to see this happen. But it was like, I'm feeling bad for the mouse. And then everyone's like, well, do not stick your hand in there to pull the mouse out because that's when the snake's going to lose its mind. But I mean, the snake did anything other than strike the mouse. It's almost like, hey, mouse, I'm going to F with you until you poop yourself. When you poop yourself, I'll strike. Because this mouse did not move.
Right. Like, I knew a guy, right? And we were like 19 or 20. It was one of, like, the guy was friends with, like, somebody else's family. And I liked Joe, but he had so many animals. He had the caiman. So watching that caiman put a little mouse in there was fine.
All right.
Right? But same thing. The mouse would be on like this little island just doing circles, and the caiman would just sit there perfectly still. And then eventually that mouse would get tired and just get too close to the edge. Caiman would eat him. But Joe also had snakes. He had like 5 snakes. And where he lived was a bad neighborhood, right? So like I grew up in College Park. College Park's fine.
Yeah.
Certain parts of Greenbelt, the neighborhood over, were terrible. And I would sleep in Bernie's car, and they were like, hey, you're going to get robbed sleeping out here at night. And I was like, I'm not sleeping in a house with 5 snakes.
You slept outside in a bad neighborhood.
So I can't remember the name of those apartments, but if I said them to you and you knew that area, you'd be like, Jesus, man. But like that lady, I'm convinced snakes can get out of those cages when they want.
Well, the way she said it, I don't think they did a good job. She's like, it's just something they do. I'm like, well, it's something they can do, but most people do not let them do. Like, my dog could run away from home. It's not just something it does.
Yeah, good point.
In fact, my kid, I don't think my wife was going to tell me. My son told me, so he...
Oh, did you almost lose your dog?
No. He got into his high school of choice. Congratulations. Good on you. You put in the work. Anyway, yesterday, the wife and he went down to the school so he could sign up for whatever, electives and all this kind of crap. And he said, oh, man, we were gone for like 20 minutes, but when we came back, the front door was wide open. And I'm like, please continue. My wife has gotten quiet at this point. I'm like, oh, please continue. So I guess he had taken the dog out before they went down to the school. And as kids do, you just kind of push the door and assume it latched. It did not latch. So they believe the wind had blown it open. But his point was when we walked, because they're immediately like, oh, crap. Not someone broke in, but like,
where's the dog?
Where's the dog? So the dog's just chilling on the couch, like, don't care. No F's to give. I'm like, all right, that's a good sign. Close the goddamn door next time you take the dog out, man. Sorry.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Kelly. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys.
Hola.
Hey, so I got a pretty crazy story.
If you're the kind of person who reads ingredient labels, for yourself, for your coffee creamer, for literally everything, it makes sense to care just as much about what you're feeding your dog. That's why so many dog parents are choosing Healthy Dogma. Healthy Dogma makes dog food with real, recognizable ingredients. No fillers, no mystery ingredients. Just thoughtfully sourced nutrition that actually makes sense. Their protein-added Pet Mix complete meals are gently dehydrated to preserve goodness and make life easier. And in minutes, mealtime is ready. It's simple, convenient, and feels like a better way to feed your dog without overthinking it. Because taking care of your dog shouldn't feel complicated. It should feel aligned with how you already live. Right now, you can save 20% on your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. That's 20% off your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. Healthy Dogma, food made with care.
Looking for a protein powder that tastes great and keeps ingredients simple? Meet Clean Simple Eats. Clean Simple Eats uses grass-fed whey protein isolate with 20 grams of complete protein per serving, plus digestive enzymes and a low-lactose formula designed to be easy on digestion. No artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, just clean ingredients and amazing flavors you'll actually look forward to. They even offer variety packs so you can try multiple flavors. Clean Simple Eats is undeniably clean and 100% delicious. Shop now at cleansimpleeats.com.
So good, so good, so good.
New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. And that means so many new reasons to rack.
Because I always find something amazing.
Just so many good brands.
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts. Shop new arrivals first and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
There's an SUV that turns the unthinkable into the unforgettable. The new Nissan Pathfinder, built for big adventures and all that family chaos. It's powered by a strong V6 engine with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Inside, it's rugged and capable, but still premium and tech-forward, with room for up to 8 passengers. It's also available with 7-passenger seating and second-row captain's chairs. With massive hauling capability, now you can bring all the gear you and your family need for unforgettable adventures. The new V6 Nissan Pathfinder. Power your adventure.
My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
So my landlord, he owned 2 properties on Vashon Island, and I was roommates in one of the properties he lived in. So this guy, he lived in the other property. It's a big thing. You guys can look it up. It's called Murder on 87th on Vashon Island.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So anyway, we were all sitting down for dinner, all the roommates pretty much upstairs. And the guy was kind of squatting on the other property. So he kind of had a beef with him in the first place. So he invited the guy over. They lived downstairs, the landlord did. And all of a sudden we heard this pop, pop, pop. Three shots. I knew what it was right away. All the roommates were looking around. I go, that was gunshots. And so me and this one roommate, we went down there, to where the landlord lived, and dude was just opened up right in the abdomen. Just he was everywhere.
The landlord or the squatter?
The squatter.
Did he go to jail?
Yeah, he went to jail. His mom, it was a whole thing, man. His mom tried to get, like, scaling equipment and explosives, try to blow him out of the jail. Like, it was a whole thing. Like, you could write a book or, like, a movie about it. It was insane.
So, wait a minute. After her son goes to jail for murder, she has decided she's going to help him escape by scaling the side of the prison and blowing part of it out.
Yes. They were insane. They were crazy people.
Did you know they were insane before that, or was that the moment that tipped you off?
Man, it was cheap rent. So, like, I was young. There was a bunch of us living together, and, like, basically he was, like, charging everybody $600, like 5 or 6 people paying his mortgage. I mean, he was a smart guy, like, smart in that way, but he got screws loose. Yeah, he was messed up.
Wow. Get the feeling he got it from his mom.
Good times.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm reading about it now.
What are they saying? How do they?
Basically, he's someone, the guy that rented out the house, knew this other guy. And sometimes this other guy would crash at his house.
All right.
Sounds like the guy, I don't know, woke up in his kitchen, and the guy, as he called a good friend at one point, was stabbing him.
Well, then why did he go to jail?
The guy who got shot was stabbing landlord.
Correct.
Okay.
So to me, that means self-defense.
You would think.
There's more to
speaking, that. Yeah, it's got to be.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Oh, I got a weird one for you. This happened, I believe, in 83 or 84. We lived in Southern California. And my folks had gone on vacation to Acapulco, Mexico, so we were going to throw some parties and some crap like that, you know. And the house that we lived in was below grade. We had a kind of a steep driveway. At the end of the driveway, there was like a 3-foot tall concrete wall. We didn't have a garage or a carport or anything. And I had this 64 Chrysler Newport, my first car. And we were going to have that party on that weekend. On Thursday, somebody stole the car.
All right.
So the key was always in the ignition. We could never get it out.
That's about par for the course.
Yeah, it just kind of stayed in there. And I don't know if you know anything about these type of cars, but they're big, heavy boats.
I'm looking at it right now. That is a big-ass car.
It's big, exactly. So they stole this thing. It was a real popular car with us as kids because we could fit everybody in it. It was like loading up a battleship.
Say, did you have a 2-door or a 4-door? I'm looking at the 2-door. That door is to be like 137 feet long.
No, this is a 4-door.
Look at you riding in style. I dig it.
Oh boy, everybody loved it. So anyway, they stole this car on Thursday night, and then we went out. Of course, I couldn't drive, so my friends would kind of carry us around to party, different parties and that. I came back on Sunday, and it was an unbelievable scene. The fire department was there, the cops were there. This is Sunday about 9 o'clock. I'm going, what in the world is going on? And I looked over, and I see a bunch of lights up on top of the roof of the house. and lo and behold, I see the back end of my car sticking out.
From the top of your house?
From the top of the house. Somebody had stolen the car and ran it down this long driveway, jumped the wall, which was right at the roof of our house. And it ended up in the roof of the house.
So somebody stole your car, and then for reasons no one knows, they're going to return the car, but ended up jumping the wall and smashing into the house.
They're in the car.
Did they ever catch who did this?
No, they never did. Oh, it gets worse than that. The only way they could get it out is with a crane. So they brought a crane in the next morning. And I looked at the crane operator. I said, you better get this thing going because my folks are coming home from vacation. I'm going to wonder what the heck's going on here. So he goes, oh, no problem. We'll get it out of here real fast. So they hooked this thing up. They had a yellow strap and 2 shackles. And they just hooked it up from the back end. That's the only thing they could grab. So they got this thing. It came out of the roof pretty easy. The car wasn't even damaged all that bad, actually. But they got the thing about 10 feet in the air. And the shackle broke.
Right back down on the house.
Right back. No, this time it went through the hole. The first hole. This time it landed in the kitchen.
Oh, no, man.
No joke. So now instead of an hour like they told us it would take to get it out initially, it took all the next day to get it out.
And I guess the house was destroyed, the car is destroyed, all of it.
Oh, the car actually survived a little bit better than the house.
So do they have to rebuild it, or do they repair that?
No, it had to be pretty much rebuilt. That whole end of the house did. We had to move out for almost 6 or 8 months.
Now, did your parents believe you when you explained what exactly had happened?
Well, see, at the time, we didn't have cell phones back then. Kids didn't have cell phones. So I couldn't call them down in Acapulco. So there was a report made. So the report is the only thing that saved my butt.
Yeah.
So they believed what I was saying, and it was true. So, but I'll never forget when my folks pull in the driveway. My dad gets out. He's just staring. He doesn't even know what to say. My mom goes, "My God, look at the hole in the roof." She goes, "What have you been doing?" I said, and kids are stupid back then. I said, "The hole in the roof. You got to see the hole in the kitchen." That did not go over very well.
Well, it's better that they didn't know and could enjoy their vacation because there's not much they could have done about it.
I'm so torn on that. Like, if something like that had gone down to my house and we're on vacation, like, guys, honestly, don't call me to tell me. Don't let me know.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
What's the craziest thing that happened to or at your home? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Bob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, Bob.
I got to turn down your radio.
Hang on. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
What's going on, guys? So it was summertime. My girl and I were sitting on the couch in the living room, and we're facing the kitchen, and the back door to the backyard is in the kitchen. And we got it open because it's hot. We don't have AC or nothing. We're just watching a movie. Lights are on. The whole TV's loud and everything. And out of nowhere, my girl starts freaking out, and she screams, "Rat!" And this New York-sized rat just strolled right in the back door of our house, walking in the kitchen, walks into the living room. So I jump up, and I'm trying to think, like, what do I do? What the heck is, like, what do I get? You know, I'm like, first thought was, like, grab my gun. And I'm like, no, not right. Not the right answer. So I ended up barricading it in the kitchen with some boxes that we had, some recycle boxes sitting by. That rat jumped over the boxes right towards me. At that time, I had a Swiffer in my hand and was able to knock it out of the air and kill it.
With a Swifter?
With a Swiffer, yeah. And I snapped the Swiffer, and I sit there for like 4 more whacks, just whacking it, making sure it's dead. But, I mean, we're freaking out. And I'm not joking to you. This thing filled up a shoebox. Like, it was massive.
Damn.
Good times. Rat killer.
All right, everyone, buy a Swiffer.
Tara Daly, CMA's coming up for the Daily Mix Morning Show. We're going to sit and spin. We've got 10 actors with a Billboard Top 100 hit. And your email's coming up next from the men's room at KISW.com.
If you're the kind of person who reads ingredient labels, for yourself, for your coffee creamer, for literally everything, it makes sense to care just as much about what you're feeding your dog. That's why so many dog parents are choosing Healthy Dogma. Healthy Dogma makes dog food with real, recognizable ingredients. No fillers, no mystery ingredients. Just thoughtfully sourced nutrition that actually makes sense. Their protein-added pet mix complete meals are gently dehydrated to preserve goodness and make life easier. And in minutes, mealtime is ready. It's simple, convenient, and feels like a better way to feed your dog without overthinking it. Because taking care of your dog shouldn't feel complicated. It should feel aligned with how you already live. Right now, you can save 20% on your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. That's 20% off your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. Healthy Dogma, food made with care.
Looking for a protein powder that tastes great and keeps ingredients simple? Meet Clean Simple Eats. Clean Simple Eats uses grass-fed whey protein isolate with 20 grams of complete protein per serving, plus digestive enzymes and a low-lactose formula designed to be easy on digestion. No artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, just clean ingredients and amazing flavors you'll actually look forward to. They even offer variety packs so you can try multiple flavors. Clean Simple Eats is undeniably clean and 100% delicious. Shop now at cleansimpleeats.com.
Breaking news from Good Ranchers. Over 85% of grass-fed beef in stores is imported. Most grocery store meat contains antibiotics, hormones, and harmful seed oils. Good Ranchers does things differently. All their meat is born and raised on local American farms. No antibiotics, no added hormones, no seed oils. Just one ingredient, meat. Visit GoodRanchers.com and get $25 off your first order with code RANCH25. That's code RANCH25 for $25 off your first order. GoodRanchers.com. American meat delivered.
There's an SUV that turns the unthinkable into the unforgettable. The new Nissan Pathfinder, built for big adventures and all that family chaos. It's powered by a strong V6 engine with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Inside, it's rugged and capable, but still premium and tech-forward, with room for up to 8 passengers. It's also available with 7-passenger seating and second-row captain's chairs. With massive hauling capability, now you can bring all the gear you and your family need for unforgettable adventures. The new V6 Nissan Pathfinder. Power your adventure.
Having the right people in your corner for life's biggest milestones makes all the difference. Like a friend who's there when you're house hunting or checking out a new ride, State Farm is there too, helping you choose the coverage you need. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you along the way. And with so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help choosing a plan that fits your needs, so you can continue celebrating all of life's milestones. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Total Wine & More is one of those places where I always find something I love and usually something new. I was in my local store recently, asked for a bourbon recommendation, and ended up loving it. And honestly, the prices make it easy to say yes to grabbing a little extra, like my go-to bottle of Cabernet. With the largest selection and the lowest prices, there's always something that catches your eye. Shop Total Wine & More in-store or online and love what you find. Spirits not sold in Virginia, North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
Hey, Charlie the Tuna here. StarKist knows that when you fuel good, you feel good. And when you feel good, the world is your oyster. That's why our tuna's in a convenient pouch with 12 plus grams of lean protein and over 20 delicious flavors like lemon pepper and hot buffalo. There's something for everyone. And we've got chicken and salmon pouches for a boost anytime, anywhere. Discover flavors and recipes at StarKist.com or pick up StarKist pouches at your grocery store. StarKist. Fuel good, feel good.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Tara Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We'll sit and spin with 10 actors with a Billboard Top 100 hit as the Oscars are on Sunday night. First time, though, for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail.
Had a couple on our question, what is the craziest thing that happened to or at your home? Guys, my house got raided because my parents had a massive grow operation. They tore the place apart and couldn't find anything, started threatening to tear the walls apart. So my mom moved a chair and pulled, a curtain, and behind the curtain was the grow operation.
Aha.
But Joel, this happened just last week. I live with my two younger brothers in a second-level apartment. One night I leave to drop one brother off at work and go do my night shift. Not 10 minutes after we leave, a girl that the second brother was hooking up with over a year ago showed up at our apartment screaming at him to open the door. She proceeded to slam against the door to try to open it, then began to chuck rocks at not just our windows, but all of our neighbors as well. Needless to say, the police were called, and my brother, in all his wisdom or lack thereof, decided not to press charges or file a restraining order because he was stoned when the police got there, and he didn't want to talk to them for too long. So I installed a deadbolt and doorbell camera. She hasn't showed up since, but she's blown up his phone with a bunch of spoofed numbers. Hope he learns not to sleep with insane women. Keep on rocking. That from Nathan.
Well, a lot of times you don't know until after the fact.
That is a fact.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't do it on purpose. Well, maybe you would, one or two. But generally speaking, not on purpose.
Let's see here. Guys, my great-grandfather was still driving into his 80s. That stopped when he drove through the back wall of his retirement home's garage. Thought he was reversing. Here's another one. Two quick ones. Eastside Drug Task Force raided the band house I lived in for 11 weed plants in 1994. I had to move in with my parents, and I burnt our garage down accidentally. Burned up a beautiful 1969 VW bus, my 77 Celica with my tiny recording studio inside as well. Worst part, my folks were out of town. We lost all the family photos and my porn collection. This because an extension cord short-circuited under the carpet. Public safety announcement, do not do that. That from the lone hippie. A couple more. My roommate's girlfriend's dad tried to break our door down with a fire extinguisher because he didn't like the fact that his daughter was with a boy. I don't think I've ever been that extreme. And one more, what happened to my house? Used to live in a shared house, and my microwave would come on in the middle of the night. Happened a couple times. Luckily, we were enough to hear it, and unplugged it after that. Time for a...
I was going to ask, why do we just unplug that thing?
Mystery microwave. Let's see here. Time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Gentlemen, today is my oldest grandson's 17th birthday. He is gearing up for college. And which one would be the best fit is he is a football track athlete. Every free time they have is off visiting colleges. He'll graduate in 2027, but you've got to start now looking. So can I please get an Obama Drop the Beat, the Johnson song, and Coach Ted giving any advice on football colleges to check out. We're also proud of our 4-point student that excels in football and track. Happy birthday, Marcus. You know how much I love you. That from your Neen, a.k.a. the Jackster, who says, rock on.
Drop the beat.
You, your girl, and your Johnson.
All right, Marcus, a little bit tougher. I don't know how good you are, but I tell you what, Coach did do today, broke down some of your film. All right, I see you're a tough runner. I like that. And, not criticizing, just saying. This day and age, you get to college, like to pass the ball, son. So, I just like to see you catch that ball out front a little more. Use those hands. And then a couple good blocks in there, too. 44 is a strong number, but can never go wrong with the Huskies. You could be a Coug.
You really did scout this kid, didn't you?
I watched 3 minutes of his film today.
That's why you're the coach.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And he made a good grab. Just like to see it out front a little more.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Catch it with your hands, not your chest.
Yeah, Washington State. I mean, you could go to Oregon. It's that I make fun of Oregon. If you're good enough to play at Oregon, son, go to Oregon.
Good Oregon, yeah. Honestly.
Here's a good one. Want to wish my kids a very happy birthday. My kids share the same birthday, but separated by 4 years.
I'm sure they love that.
Wow. Brian, pronounced Goopball, is turning 23. He's autistic and has worked very hard to be the best young man he has become. Sonia, pronounced Pumpkin, is turning 19. She's finishing her first year of college and is working toward a degree in dental hygiene. Very proud of these two and look forward to the accomplishments they will achieve in the future. Can Brian get a fart montage and an owl hitting the window with a "You Like That" for Sonia? Lots of love from Mom and from Dad. Hello, Michelle. This year is my 31st rotation around the ball of fire in the sky. Now that my youth is officially over, I need some advice from the captain on how to keep life interesting moving forward. Thanks. That from Dan Matthews from Bothell, Washington.
Ooh, well, ahoy there, and happy birthday. You know, if you consult the experts, as they're called, they suggest physical activity, brain stimulation, joining clubs, or using technology. But the old Capitan, I coat my genitals with industrial spray adhesive before belly flopping into the chinchilla farm enclosure. Then I sing Hakuna Matata with auto-tune while gargling Robitussin. That'll keep you young, believe me. Crunch berries.
Macholas and ladies of the night, just want to thank you for getting me through the highs and lows in nearly half my life by doing nothing more than letting us all forget the real world and giving us an excuse to simply laugh. I remember listening to The Buzz when you first came on, and have been hooked ever since. I turned 44 today. I'd appreciate an Alan Thicke, an angry sugar glider if you kept it, and some dad jokes for Miles. Love you guys, and keep doing what you do. That from Sam.
Uh-oh, look out.
We kept it.
It sounds like an insect.
Okay. I have a friend who has a bad stuttering problem.
Oh, yeah?
By the time he told us his nana died, we were all singing Hey Jude.
Wait a minute, say that again?
I have a friend who has a bad stuttering problem.
Right.
By the time he told us his nana died, we were all singing Hey Jude.
Damn.
What's the difference between an asteroid and a meatball?
What?
Asteroid and a meatball. One is meteor.
Okay.
What's long, hard to get your tongue around, and given to a Polish woman by her husband on her wedding night?
What?
His last name. Why were Billy Joel's clothes wet?
He didn't start the fire?
No, he didn't start the dryer. And a professor back in the day in sex ed class once asked me how I view lesbian relationships.
Oh, yeah?
I said in HD.
In my browser.
And let's see, one more. Oh, guys, let's see here. I'd like to wish my brother Ray a happy birthday. Could you give him a fish sandwich medley and the Dirty Germans talking over each other? That from Terry in Tacoma.
Can I get
a fillet of fish sandwich?
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? Put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I want a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. Oh, yeah. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some dinner relish in the morning. At noon, and at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich? So you don't want a fish sandwich?
Yeah,
in my opinion, if it's what they fish sandwich, I believe we also call that the Carotos, the moose knuckle or buffalo gums. But whatever it is you're looking for, I think you can find it.
Smaller.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Sierra has all the best active and outdoor brands for the super athletic stuff, like running gear for cruising up the trail. Woo! And the super athletic-ish stuff, like fishing gear for chilling by the creek. Nice cast. Fitness apparel to push for higher reps. You got this. And golf balls priced so you can afford to lose one. Or a few. Head to Sierra or Sierra.com for the brands you want at the prices that let you do it all. From athletic to athletic-ish, Sierra's got it.
Calling all fun lovers and memory makers. Texas invites you to cheer from our stadiums. And dance like no one is watching. culture seekers can find the art that truly inspires. Wow. And from our shopping hubs to our chic boutiques, fashionistas will never leave empty-handed. Texas is an unforgettable experience that's waiting just for you. Visit TravelTexas.com and plan your trip today. Let's Texas.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
It's a 5:08. We'll drink and toast with the shout of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. The confectionery company Lindt says that users of weight loss drugs are actually eating more chocolate, not less.
Well, yeah, because they're still losing weight.
Correct. They're on weight loss drugs. It's doing all the work for them. So
Probably.
why in the world would I stop eating what I want to eat?
More ice cream, more fried chicken, more chocolate. I mean, yeah.
Exactly. Why not?
And what I've heard is, from the few people I know that are on those types of things, I said, you don't even want to eat much. So part of the weight loss is you just don't really have an appetite.
Yeah.
But when they do have an appetite, yeah, they eat the crap. They're not eating healthier.
Exactly.
But they are losing weight.
I'll put my head into the ring of, like, you can still eat those things, just cut back on them just a little bit.
There's a lot of people there that take them that did change their diet.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
good.
it's both, but like...
But you get people, there's
people,
two
I don't care
schools.
what diet you're on. You're still going to want some chocolate.
Some people
Hell yeah.
want to lose weight. Some people want to be healthy.
Right.
Right? It depends what your goal is. But in the end, you can enjoy chocolate.
Hell, DK Metcalf, when he came up, everybody was like, trying to figure out what his diet was. And he came out, was like, I do one workout a day and I eat a crap ton of gummy candies.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I have friends that are personal trainers. They're like, don't follow my diet to it. Like, they're like, I've been a personal trainer for years. I can get away with this.
There you go. Exactly. Apparently, Vladimir Putin has more conquests planned after the Ukrainian campaign.
I saw this.
He wants to invade Venus.
It's hard to invade a place that no one's at.
Correct.
That just means showing up.
Right. Invade was the wrong term to use first off.
I don't think he's a particularly bright man either, right? I think we know how that works. But that said, like, everyone was, you know what? Take Venus.
Knock yourself out, Vlad.
You know what? Take Venus. You go ahead and have that.
Knock yourself
Right, we didn't
out,
invade the moon. We landed on it.
That is correct. Because you can. You land on the moon, on Venus.
We will install many windows for people to fall out of.
Yeah, it won't last long, so I'm guessing their science department ain't the brightest bulbs out there. But like, you know what? You take Venus, buddy. Let us know how that goes for you.
I think we should bring invade back. No loitering here. But like, no invading.
Do not invade
you
the
just buy
7-Eleven
something,
space.
right?
You're no
invading.
trespassing signs. No invading.
Because, like, I guess if I walked into a bar and didn't order anything, just had a water, am I invading? Am I loitering?
Well, you're not loitering because you're inside. You are saddled up to the bar. You are drinking a glass of water. So, like, you're not loitering, but you are invading.
Yeah.
I can have cash-paying customers sitting where you are.
I'm an invader.
It's basically to enter so as to subjugate or occupy whatever establishment you're in or place. To enter a place in large numbers, especially with intrusive effect.
Okay, have fun on Venus, buddy.
Invading. There's an anti-masturbation app.
So?
All right, how's it work?
It's called Quitter.
All right.
I thought it just said automatically uploaded naked pictures of your own grandmother.
So it basically just tracks from the time you start until the time that you give up.
But the problem is they reportedly leaked important user information. There was been a data breach on there. Imagine you're on an app.
That's what I want to know.
Imagine you're on an app that's supposed to regulate and eventually stop you from masturbating, and now they have your information to just blast out there for everybody to see. Like, guess who can't keep it in their pants?
I would tell you that up front.
Guess who can't keep their hand off it?
I'd rather have people know that I'm on an app that limits my porn watching than be like look at the amount he watched.
Right. Look at the weird stuff he's into.
Yeah, like,
that's where it gets weird. This is what he likes.
Guess who likes puffy nipples?
I don't know if that one would embarrass me that much. Like, try to cut down.
Hey, clowns, am I right? Guess who likes feet?
Retro. Quentin Tarantino.
Somebody shouldn't be married. Put your thinking caps on, just
This doesn't look anything like your wife.
No. Put your thinking caps on, Jets. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I give you guys a 40% chance of getting this one. It is an M double word, and it's a noun.
Mau mau.
And what it is used for is it's a formal acknowledgement of personal fault or error.
It's two words that both start with M?
No.
You just repeat the same word? Like moo-moo?
No. It is two different words, but the beginning of the two words starts with M. You guys get to figure out what the second word starts with, because if I do...
Okay, I got you. So it's to acknowledge an error?
My bad?
My bad. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's used for a formal acknowledgement of personal fault or error. You give it a little bit more Latin.
Mia.
Oh, Mia culpa. Very good.
Yeah.
There it is. Well done. We got it. While most test animals will stop working to solve puzzles after rewards dry up, raccoons were found to continue working.
I just enjoy doing it. It's like playing Wordle, bro.
You gave me something to do, finally. Doggone it.
Instead of waddle into a dumpster.
When the rewards dry up, they're like, I'm done. That's how it works. Give and take, brother.
Right. Not them. They're like, Rubik's Cube, okay.
So basically, raccoons are who you would hire for like the TSA. Hey, you guys are going to have to work without a paycheck. Raccoons are like, cool.
All right, then.
I'm on. I just like doing it. I like touching people.
Everybody put your stuff in the boxes. Take your electronics out.
Bring your snacks through because I'm going to eat them. Can't take them on the plane, but I'm going to eat that. Sir, don't finish that granola bar, you son of a bitch. I'll give you rabies.
I'll do it. I'll do it. A shocking new study found that teenagers use their phones during every hour of the school day.
I am shocked by this development.
There's also a break between classes after every hour.
Right. Am I wrong? Aren't classes still like 40 minutes, 45 minutes?
Yes. You get 15.
And certain classes, like my daughter
minutes.
at her high school, I think she has 10 minutes between class. And the shortest class she has is like 75 minutes. The shortest.
Jesus.
Because they rotate. So you're not taking like 8 subjects in one day. You're taking 4 one day, 4 the next day.
Oh,
then
like
it repeats, right? Right.
Like
so,
right.
But all of the classes last about twice as long as what we grew up with.
Wow.
That's
right.
what I thought. Like, ooh. I couldn't say it like that when she first told me. I'm like, oh, that's great. And in my head, I'm like, oh, my God.
We've been talking about houses all day, and we're also walking up on spring, and you know what time it is.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
Time for a little spring cleaning. It is that time that we're bringing our houses out of winter mode and into springtime mode, bringing on the sunshine, bringing on the nice and happy times.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
You know, it was nice earlier, man. And we were just out there. The very cold rain just started coming down. And I think tomorrow's supposed to be like the real bastard of a day.
So what I have here, this is from goodhousekeeping.com, and it's the spring cleaning checklist that experts actually follow.
Okay.
Checklist. Are you ready?
So we just kind of did this last week in my house. I want to see if we got anything right.
Okay. So they say what you need: microfiber cloths, heavy-duty sponges, rubber gloves, and essential cleaners, including dish soap, white vinegar, baking soda, all-purpose spray, and glass cleaner. And here is your checklist. What to clean. Actually, let's start with the bedroom. Okay? Have you washed all the bedding, including pillows and comforters?
Yes, we've done that. The pillows themselves, no.
No, I just got new pillows up.
Okay. The pillows, I feel like, are a once a year. Just get them all knocked out. Because the problem is that once you wash a pillow, they start getting lumpy.
See, that's what I was talking, because we got when we got our mattress like 2-3 years ago, whatever it was, we bought new pillows. And these are the first pillows I've had. They're like super kind of dense. If you know what I mean. We used to have like the crappy ones. You can throw them in the wash, whatever. These, I just don't know. And they cost enough that, like, if I ruin it in the washer, I don't want to buy another one.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sleep on a dirty pillow.
Did you clean the mattress?
No.
With what? I mean, are they...
I flip it.
Yeah. Right, like, are you bringing it? And that's kind of what I do, too, there, Miles. Like, I'll flip it, but I don't know what you want me to do to clean it. Like, am I bringing in a rug doctor or something? What's going on here?
I just don't want it to get wet, not dry.
Steam clean,
not dry
maybe?
I guess.
I've never, I dead ass. I didn't know you were supposed to clean.
I've never cleaned my bed.
I mean, I clean the sheets.
Organizing the closets and dresser drawers.
Yep.
Dusting the furniture.
Yes.
Vacuuming under the bed.
Yeah, man, I
Yeah.
vacuumed under some things. It's just, because we have one of those clear canisters so you can see what you're sucking out of there.
Oh, yeah.
And either my dog sheds a lot of hair or I killed 436 puppies.
Yeah.
One of the two.
One of those two things.
Problem is I got hardwood, so everything all the dust bunnies are just rolling.
I did
out
too.
there,
We have
man.
all hard surfaces. So every time you walk, you'll see them kind of blow under the sofa. Like, I'll get you later.
And then spot clean or deep clean carpets and rugs.
Yes.
Just knock that out from time. You know, I remember vividly us going to I don't know if they're still available at like UFC or something like that, but I feel like you can rent rug doctors. Just go in there and just
we have a
clean out all your carpets.
I guess that's a steam cleaner.
Yeah.
The steam vacuum, as it were. And we got it because one of our old dogs had diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
But she was older in life, so you knew, like, okay, this is a constant thing no matter what you did.
Yeah.
And we still had carpets at the time. So I broke that bad boy out probably twice a week. And but once you start, you don't, because if you just clean to one spot, you realize how gross the rest of your carpet is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man, I got to do the whole thing.
From goodhousekeeping.com, it's the spring cleaning checklist that experts actually follow. Let's move on over to the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
Deep cleaning the shower and tub. Don't forget the glass shower walls and the shower head.
I do in my kids' bathroom because apparently both of them got jobs at a coal mine.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm just like, how did this happen in here?
I don't know how that little pink mold stuff continues to develop so fast in my showers.
Oh, you cleaned it all out. You feel so good. When
Yeah.
You and like 2 days later, you're like, really? You're back?
Right? Why are you
I didn't
here?
kick you out. I'm getting rid of you.
Yeah, I did it at Christmas, and I'm just now looking at my tub like, I gotta deep clean it again.
Yeah. There is something satisfying, though, about hitting it with the bleach and then scrubbing it all down, and then you run that water over it for the first time. You see all that gunk just head all the way down.
There's the satisfaction and also the realization that we are disgusting.
We are horribly disgusting.
Shout out to the scrubbing bubbles.
Oh, yeah. 100%, dude.
They work hard, so you don't have to, Ted.
That's what I'm saying.
Clean
got to get out of there so you don't get pass out.
Yeah.
Clean the toilet, sink, and countertops. And fellas, I'm going to just save you some brownie points right here, right now. When you're cleaning the toilet, get around the base of it.
Yeah.
Clean around the little spots around there because they will look.
That's the grossest part to me.
Yeah.
I kind of stay up on the toilets and all that kind of thing. It's just me, right? But every once in a while you get, kind of behind and underneath. And are we all just urinating behind the toilet? Is that what's happening here? How did that much get back there?
The lint, too. I'm like, where does this come from?
Mm-hmm.
Washing the bath mats. God bless my wife. She pulls those things every time along with the towels and whatnot. Just toss them in there and get them cleaned up.
Pretty good about that.
Washing the towels and the linens.
Yep.
Also, you should be replacing your towel that you use every week?
I do it like every 2 or 3 showers. My son, it drives me nuts. I mean, he's a very hygienic kid to the point that it's ridiculous, but and he showers every day, right? He gets up in the morning, jumps in the shower.
Good man.
But it's a new towel every time.
No way.
And we keep telling him, like, dude, you can reuse the same towel. And in his mind, that is the most vile, like, you can't convince him. He's like, that is so gross. But the problem is, I told my wife, we're going to have to buy more freaking towels because he blows through so many in a week that every once in a while, well, no, I will go into grab a towel.
Oh.
And there are none left. So I'm like, you know what? I'll take a shower later. Let me wash the freaking towels that this kid has used.
Replace or wash the shower liner.
Oh, God.
You can't actually clean that shower liner in the washing machine, and that's another one that's satisfying and also disgusting. When you wash it, it's like, wow, I didn't realize how bad this thing was.
When you can look at it, I don't know about you, it's always toward the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like, because when it turns pink,
rolling up,
where I don't want it to touch me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should not be in the shower where I don't want something to touch me.
Yeah, that's one of those $20-some expenses. I just, every few months, like, I'll just get a new one.
Oh, yeah, I'll replace it.
Buy 2 at a time.
Oh, not a bad call.
That's actually not a bad call.
From goodhousekeeping.com, it's the spring cleaning checklist that experts actually follow. We move to the kitchen. Clean out the fridge and the freezer. That's always my job now. I did it really good one time moving out of one of the houses that we were bouncing in between, and it became my job ever since.
My wife's good about it, man.
Nice.
Like, I will come home and it's just like, well, the food was bad. I'm like, was it? Because like 75% of it's gone.
Yeah.
But she's all over that.
Yeah, she puts little sticky notes on the things that I need to throw away.
She can do that, but she won't throw it away.
No, because she doesn't like the smell of it.
Well, nobody does.
I know, but apparently I get to take that bullet.
Yeah.
Because I can. Deep clean the oven and the microwave inside and out.
Every once in a while.
And I believe you actually can take the door of the oven off if you do it right.
You can. I don't.
Yeah, neither do I.
But I don't know that I use my oven enough anymore because of the air fryer.
You're not wrong. I use it a lot less as a direct result of that.
Yeah.
Organizing the cabinets and the drawers. Yeah, just take one of those days to get all the lids put back where they're supposed to go. All the bowls are back in their little Russian nesting doll thing.
We're pretty good about that, too.
Yeah.
And again, mostly because of the kids. So when they see us do it, they understand, like, hey, man, plus I lose my freaking mind. That's when you know you're officially a father.
Oh, yeah.
When little things like that just set you off. Hey, come into the kitchen now. What? And you're pointing at a piece of Tupperware. Why is that there instead of 3 inches over here?
Something you don't think about, cleaning the garbage cans.
Oh, the inside of them. Yeah, I do that. Especially in the summertime with a hose.
I'm amazed at how messy they get inside the garbage can. It always has a liner in it. Where in the world did all this ilk come from?
I don't know. I do not know.
I just don't
Change
get
the damn bag.
Which bag?
The garbage bag.
Oh, just the liner. Hell yeah. Let's see here. Wiping down the cabinet fronts, degreasing the vent hood over the cooktop.
Yep.
That's a big one. Get some actual degreaser for that. That's a lot thicker than you give it credit for.
It really stickier, thicker, all of that.
Deep clean the dishwasher. I just recently cleaned out the filter, and it's not that there was a bunch of gunk in it. There was just a good film of gunk on it. And I haven't smelled anything stanky out of there since.
Okay.
So I figured I did it. And then shine up the stainless steel appliances.
Yeah, I'm pretty good about that.
Yeah, exactly. And then as we're drifting on down here, this is from goodhousekeeping.com, and it's the spring cleaning checklist that experts actually follow. Let's go for what you need to do in all the rooms. Vacuum and mop the floors. Use a vacuum to pick up the dust, dirt, and debris. Use a damp mop to clean the floors. Don't forget a cleaner that is safe for your flooring. Just go through it one time and get it smack clean really, really, really nice.
Let's do it.
Washing the windows and do some window treatments. Before cleaning windows with glass cleaner, wipe down the screens and the frames. Dust the window treatments or clean them in the washing machine if the care label permits you to.
That's fair.
I don't know that I've ever done a whole lot of, if any, outside window washing, but it's been a hot minute since I've cleaned the inside of my windows. It's time.
My mother-in-law's weird about it, man. Like, when she comes over, she'll just do it.
Okay.
Ever like, you don't need to do it. She's like, I enjoy doing it. So I'm not going to tell you to stop.
Right, but
I didn't say you don't need to.
Do you say it quite like, you don't need to do that? Stop it, no. Wiping down the mirrors. Try a glass cleaner and a microfiber cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning the walls. Your walls might be dusty or dirty. Dust walls with a dry floor mop and tackle grime with a mixture of dish soap and water. Literally in my bathroom, I can see in the shine of the light, there's drips that are on the wall that don't go away.
Right.
I don't know why they're there. I don't know why they're the color that they are.
What they are.
But I need to get rid of them at some point. Dusting the ceilings, vents, fans, and light fixtures. Use a soft cloth, lightly dampened with water to wipe away dust. I also highly recommend that you vacuum after you do all this
all the
dusting.
dusting. The ceiling fans just collect it.
They do. They just grab
I guess all
of it, man.
fans do.
And then I'll leave you with this last and final thing to do when you're cleaning all of your rooms. Thank you. Clean. Again, boys, brownie points, the baseboards.
Again, I'm anal. I'm on it, man.
Vacuum the baseboards with brush attachments. If needed, follow with a wet microfiber fiber cloth.
Also, don't forget your light switches.
Oh, yes.
I'm on that, too.
Your hands are all over that all
Those
the
are
time.
disgusting. A woman in Orlando was arrested for leaving something behind at a bar, and you won't believe what it was.
What did
Miles.
she leave at the bar? Her phone?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast a man identified only as Sean from the greater Chicago, Illinois area. Now, he showed up at an emergency room because of serious pain in his urinary tract. He couldn't pee, and he, quote-unquote, didn't know why. That's when doctors offered to insert a catheter into his unit, and suddenly he could remember what the problem was. After the doctors, they literally called the catheter. They said, that's our version of truth serum. Once we're about to insert that thing, people's memories suddenly come back. So, no, wait. So his situation stemmed apparently from his wife criticizing his sexual performance and daring him to be more adventurous. So he decided to head to the forest, strip naked, and, quote, frolic in the great outdoors. Just so you know, that is a quote from the doctor who is quoting this guy, Sean, saying, this is what he told me, that he was frolicking in the great outdoors to find his, quote, sexual spirit. Well, for reasons that I cannot possibly explain, he had an unidentified, quote, legless lizard slither into his urethra Franklin.
Oh.
Where it got trapped.
A newt.
And died. Doctors successfully removed it, and they sent him home. So I did a quick little Google search there. What is a legless lizard that is not a snake that is native to Illinois? It's called the slender glass lizard, which apparently can look like a snake, but it is not a snake. But he allowed this thing to go in his urethra. It curled up. It died. He couldn't pee, but it was removed.
Wow.
Yeah. So, what? You're looking at a picture
How is
of
that not a snake?
Dude, I honestly don't know. I looked at the picture. I'm like, I don't know what the difference is.
Lead the lizard.
Yeah. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola bijola. All right, it's going to get tested on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
By order of the Peaky Blinders, Academy Award winner Cillian Murphy returns alongside an all-star cast including Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Roth, Sophie Rundle, with Academy Award nominee Barry Keoghan and Emmy Award winner Stephen Graham. In Netflix's upcoming film Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, Tommy Shelby must face his own demons and choose whether to confront his legacy or burn it to the ground. Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man is in select theaters March 6th and on Netflix March 20th. Rated R.
Head to Whole Foods Market for savings on zesty flavors. It's the Cocina Latina event with yellow sales signs throughout the store. Check out the meat department for marinated skirt steak with no antibiotics ever. And explore delicious weeknight shortcuts with a variety of 365 brand simmer sauces, rice and beans at wallet-happy prices. Liven things up in produce with fresh salsa and guacamole. Save during the Cocina Latina event at Whole Foods Market.
For delicious meals, you could go out to eat, or you could just make a Marie Callender's meal. Marie Callender's classic chicken parmigiana bowl is so good, it has marinara sauce that's made from scratch and creamy mozzarella cheese over pasta. It's delicious with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives and 30 grams of protein. You can find it in the frozen aisle. Marie Callender's, what having it all tastes like.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Deadlines shift, plans change, and sometimes you just need promo products fast. Turn to 4imprint. 4imprint has hundreds of promotional items available with 24-hour turnaround. From custom apparel and drinkware to trade show gear, writing tools, and more. Your logo is printed with care. Your order ships fast. And with their 360-degree guarantee, you know it'll show up right and on time. That's the certainty of 4imprint. Check out the full 24-hour selection at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Deadlines shift, plans change, and sometimes you just need promo products fast. Turn to 4imprint. 4imprint has hundreds of promotional items available with 24-hour turnaround. From custom apparel and drinkware to trade show gear, writing tools, and more. Your logo is printed with care. Your order ships fast. And with their 360-degree guarantee, you know it'll show up right and on time. That's the certainty of 4imprint. Check out the full 24-hour selection at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
Ugh. For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Light a candle, pour some wine. Grab a roll, the soft kind for a little me time. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear. Wavy edges for my rear. So let the softness caress your soul. Just relax, you're on a roll. Let her rip. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has the same softness you love, now with wavy edges that tear better than the leading one-ply brand. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhook, would you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Yeah. It's a simple game, Miles, where we share with you a real-life news story.
Simple.
Something that happened right here on planet frickin' Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that they make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. I'm frickin' pissed. Hello, Clyde. Welcome to the Men's Room.
What's up, fellas?
Hola. All right, Clyde, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three categories today. We have Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone used as a weapon. We have Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, we have License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Let's go License to Spill.
We go a little bit south of here, where authorities in an Oregon county, they warned of a slippery traffic hazard in a town where a truck's cargo spilled out onto the roadway. The Coos County Sheriff's Office said on social media that deputies responded to the report of a spill on Seven Devils near Walker Lake in Bandon. Now, according to local media, deputies cleared the road to the best of their ability. However, it remains extremely slick in that area. The sheriff's office shared a photo showing the line of cargo stretching down the road to an intersection. Officials asked drivers to use caution in the area and reminded residents to make sure that all their loads are properly secured for transport. So there's a bit of a spill. They tried to clean it up as best they could, but the road remained slick. So the question is, what was the cargo that spilled out and made the road slippery? Was it cooking oil? Was it honey? Was it fish? Or was it ice? So cooking oil, honey, fish, or ice, what spilled out of the truck and onto the roadway?
Well, I'm a truck driver, and let's say cooking oil, because that might suck.
Okay. That is a huge fishing community. Cooking oil of that nature would only come from Banded Dunes. Bee population not big there. I'm going fish, Clyde.
Fish is, oh, I didn't hear that. Was that the last one? Fish? Just fish.
Fish and ice. Cooking
Fish
oil,
and
honey,
ice.
fish,
Okay.
ice. Yeah.
I was wondering why we only had three. Bag, it's just honey.
Honey. Okay. What was spilled all over the road there? Was it cooking oil, honey, fish, or ice? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Head to Whole Foods Market for savings on zesty flavors. It's the Cocina Latina event with yellow sales signs throughout the store. Check out the meat department for marinated skirt steak with no antibiotics ever. And explore delicious weeknight shortcuts with a variety of 365 brand simmer sauces, rice and beans at wallet-happy prices. Liven things up in produce with fresh salsa and guacamole. Save during the Cocina Latina event at Whole Foods Market.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is License to Spill. On Profile this week, head down to Oregon. A road was covered in crap that was so slippery that they warned motorists to be careful in the area because whatever spilled out of this truck was very slick. Question is, what was spilled out of the truck? Cooking oil, honey, fish, or ice?
And Clyde, that is a question that we posed to you. Let us start with the Ted Smith who went honey.
Honey.
It was not honey.
All right.
That's right.
And Clyde, look, man, you said you drive trucks and cooking oil. Obviously, that would suck. However, it was not cooking oil.
No.
But you're not wrong. It would be slippery. Miles, you said, look, it's a fishing community. The thing that makes the most sense is fish. That's it.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right. Here's the thing about the cleanup. So they don't believe it was a truck like our friend Clyde here is probably driving. They said it's more like, somebody's personal whatever. So the fish spill out. They sent a single cop to clean it up. They didn't call anybody else. Just the cops called the cop. Hey, do what you can to clean it up. He did. Radio's back and just says, yeah, I did the best I could. It's still out there. Be careful. That was the entire cleanup process.
Yeah. There's literally maybe 2 cops in that town.
Well, one of them got stuck.
More fish than
cleaning
cops.
up the fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got Seth Meyers, The Jimmy,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Colbert,
Steven,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title is guys have teams of talents and writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
In sports news, a shocker out of Texas when a fish angler was arrested for stuffing weights down the throat of a fish to win the tournament. Some people are now thinking fishing tournaments are getting too big and they need to be scaled back.
The Ted Smith.
I hope that's you.
Yeah, that's me. I figured you'd know, but I was pretty
Did
happy.
that just happen again, really?
Texas happened over the weekend.
They keep getting busted for that. You got to figure that they just stop.
That means guys are getting away with it.
I guess so.
That's the thing, because it's such a small amount of weight they're adding, because these are bass.
Yeah.
So they're not massive, right? They're not rockfish. So I think Thrill's right. I think maybe this is just
like an ounce or something.
Yeah.
Most guys are getting away with it. These guys got caught.
So basically, they could tell is the fishing weights have no wear on them. So it's
really?
obviously
That's
you
okay.
stuffed it in afterwards. One men's trend raising some sculpted eyebrows out there is men are now embracing aesthetic treatments, sometimes to the extreme, in a trend called look maxing, which is the maximization of one's appearance. Also, what it's called when you get plastic surgery at TJ Maxx.
It's like Colbert.
Fallon.
Colbert.
One men's trend or tremend raising some sculpted eyebrows out there is that men are now embracing aesthetic treatments, sometimes to the extreme, in a trend called looks maxing, which is the maximization of one's appearance. Also what it's called when you get plastic surgery at TJ Maxx.
The Italian team in the World Baseball Classic has an espresso machine in their dugout, which explains how one of their players bunted a triple.
Fallon?
Yeah, Fallon.
Seth Meyers.
The CEO of United Airlines said that rising fuel prices will lead to higher fares.
The Italian team in the World Baseball Classic has gained attention online because they have an espresso machine in their dugout, which explains why one of their players bunted a triple.
You want gas? Or you want me to read?
I'll go Fallon.
Fallon.
The CEO of United Airlines said that rising fuel prices will lead to higher fares. It's never good when your pilot's like, oh, yeah, the light's on, but I think we're going to make it.
I, for one, am shocked gas prices are going up.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
You know what used to be cheap, Thrill?
Whores.
Well, yes. But inflation comes
cigarettes
for everything. Gas used to be cheaper.
Yeah.
So today we have a list of some classic sitcoms that maybe you should rewatch.
All right.
Now, these are pretty old ones. So I'd be interested to see where you guys sit on these. Let's see. There's 20 of them on there. What are some old shows you guys like?
How old are we talking? I mean, are we talking 70s? I'd say sitcom. Three's Company. Funny.
That's a great one.
21-year-olds. So they're old.
Okay.
Put it to you this
Good
way.
Times, Jeffersons, all
What's
the family.
happening?
I don't know that Mike is really going to have one on this list.
Yeah, Mike. You just have an old soul without having an old body.
Miles?
What's happening? Good Times. You know what? Soap, in a weird way.
Soap was a really good show, yeah.
All right. Well, like Growing Pains was on the list.
Yeah, well, yeah. It wasn't a bad show. It's not a bad show, but that was definitely one of those shows where it's they talk about two different kinds of sitcoms, and I thought Larry David had a great way when he and Seinfeld first started doing Seinfeld. He said, look, every freaking sitcom on TV is exactly the same, which is there's a conflict, and in the end, they all love each other and hug. He goes, there is no hugging. There is no resolution of conflict. And I'm like, God, he's right.
Yeah.
But he used Growing Pains as the example.
Well, that's always kind of the joke with Seinfeld, right? How bad the ending was and everything. And it's like, are they just bad people?
Yeah, that was kind of the thing.
Facts of Life makes the list.
That wasn't a bad one.
Yeah, I don't know. That was 79 to 88. I just never really cared about that one. Like Growing Pains is 85 to 92.
Sure.
So there was more kind of to get into. MASH is on the list, which, again, terrible, sad premise, but was a funny show.
It was my wife loved it. I did not care for it. And then maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they had like a MASH, whatever you call it, a marathon. And because I'm the husband, we got sucked into watching it. And I will say this, right, the premise is sad. The whole point of every joke they tell, and it's just relentless joke telling, is because these two normal civilians do not want to be in this horrible situation. So being old enough to kind of recognize that now, I really did appreciate it.
Like that's the whole thing with Klinger always wearing women's clothes. Right?
I just want to get out.
He's trying to get out.
And he's the one guy that stayed in Korea. That's the irony. In their final episode,
yeah,
everyone couldn't wait to go back to the States. And the one guy who tried to get out through the entire series is like, I'm staying.
MASH to me was right there with 60 Minutes, though. Like I could hear that music.
That uplifting, yeah.
Yeah, and just like, right, like I just knew. Like,
Suicide is Painless is the name of that song?
I believe that is the name.
Right, and like, I mean, I'm humming it right now in my head, but just same thing. Like you just knew as a kid, like I knew my dad was going to watch it. I knew to probably get up and go in the other room.
Yeah, I don't want to be around for it.
Yeah. Dick Van Dyke Show makes the list. That was on from 61 to 1966. Taxi's on the list.
That was a funny show.
Now, Taxi, again, that was on from 1978 to 1983. My parents must have watched it in reruns or something. Because I remember being a kid, not getting it, but laughing with them. So Taxi, I might go back and try to watch.
I'm old. I mean, look, you had the first time you saw Tony Danza, and before you ask, yes, his character's name was Tony. I don't know if that's part of a contract thing. He does not play anyone who's not named Tony. What's his face? Danny DeVito.
Yep.
That's your first introduction.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman when he was still alive. A couple other guys.
Mary Lou Henner.
Yeah. But it was a great and Christopher Lloyd.
Golden Girls makes the list. I don't think that's shocking. The Golden Girls kind of became like a cult classic.
Yeah.
The Jeffersons makes the list. I didn't realize the Jeffersons were on for 10 years, 1975 to 1985.
Great show.
That was a funny show, man.
So was Sanford and Son.
That was a great show.
That was funny.
Sanford and Son made the list.
Oh, yeah.
72 to 77. We're going over classic sitcoms that deserve a rewatch. The Odd Couple.
I never watched. I mean, I'm very aware of what it was, but I mean, a little before my time.
So The Odd Couple, again, I know it was in reruns because that was on from 70, 75. My mother loved that show.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe I just liked it too. But I remember even as a kid being like, oh, we could watch The Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Right? And it's kind of a fun story, right?
It is great. I mean, the premise is simple, but yeah, it makes sense.
And I've been the other roommate in anybody I've ever lived with.
Right? Tony Randall.
Right. Well, like DB, I mean, he liked to party as much, but he was much more the cleaning type or whatever. Sure. I was probably more the slob, the sports guy. It's like, I can't remember if I'm the Oscar or the Felix, but I'm one of them. Designing Women made the list.
I remember. I didn't care for it much when it was on. But I'm sure the humor was not for a young black child.
I was about to say, I don't know that Designing Women was designed for you, my man.
Yeah, staying and probably not the target on it.
These are classic sitcoms deserve a rewatch. WKRP in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Great show.
Maude, Bewitched, Get Smart.
I want to say one of the best things about WKRP in Cincinnati. Like I thought every episode was funny, but there's Dr. Johnny Fever, right? And he is like the longtime stoner, might be drunk. You knew who the guy was. So they did one of those things where they invite the police in to teach the public about how alcohol can affect the body. So he and the other DJs, they're all, taking sips of beer, whatever else, and they're showing their slow reaction time. And by the end of the show, you realize everyone's hammered. Well, Dr. Johnny Fever's also hammered. His reactions picked up. He was like lightning quick at that point. He is hammered, but dude, you couldn't get anything by him.
I would say these are probably more classic sitcoms that everybody had watched. The Addams Family.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it. I just never really liked it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like
Again, that's another one.
Monsters was probably funnier.
I think The Addams Family was in more reruns, so I think I saw it more.
Yeah.
Only Mork and Mindy makes the list, which is kind of funny because we just had
had to be Big Dummy, right? Yeah.
Right. We
what
talked about
actor
Mork for Mork.
made Nanu Nanu famous?
Cheers makes the list.
Great show.
It is. It is. I saw a great clip the other day where one of the other regulars he says, put it on my tab. And they're like, we don't do tabs here. He's like, well, Norm's got a tab. And he goes, well, Norm does, but nobody else does. So Norm comes out. Of course, he goes, why can't Thrill have a tab? And Ted Danson's like, all right, we'll give Thrill a tab. And Norm goes, great. Well, give me a beer on Thrill's tab. Barney Miller made the list. These are classic sitcoms deserve a rewatch. I Love Lucy, Mary Tyler Moore Show. And then this one kind of shocked me. They put A Different World on here. Now, I liked A Different World.
I did too.
But I feel like if you did watch The Cosby Show, you might be a little lost.
Right. I don't know.
And even though Carol Burnett was a variety show, it was a great comedy.
That my kids watched it was like a tribute to her like 5-7 years ago or something. My kids had no idea who she was, but they were showing all the skits. I mean, they were on the floor dying, man. They were like, this is the funniest ass I've seen.
Another one that didn't air when I was a kid, but I watched in reruns. I used to like Benson.
Benson was, I thought it was a very funny show.
Right? That was a funny one.
He started with Soap. So
that was a spinoff from Soap, yeah.
And I remember my parents would always bring that up, but like as a kid, I was like, I don't know. I just know him as Benson.
Sure.
Right? Working for the governor or whoever. Like, I just like Benson.
And anything with Ted White in it.
He was always funny.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a ton of people that are familiar with Frasier at a certain age group. They would have no idea that he's a spinoff from Cheers.
He was on longer than Cheers was.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know if you need to watch Cheers.
Not to understand who he is.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty much laid out there for you. If you like college basketball, good news. All the big, giant conferences are playing, so it's been going on today. It'll be going on this evening. I want to say some of the smaller conferences might be wrapping up, might be a little more exciting basketball. So right now, you're watching a bunch of teams, frankly, aren't going to make the tournament.
Yep.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. The officer arrests a woman, goes through her phone, and sends her nude pics to himself. Meanwhile, a Florida man impersonating a cop will have to put his fake badge and fake uni on the show. Virginia police looking for a man who breaks into homes completely nude. A woman leaves her kid at Universal Studios to go to a bar and meet up with a dude. And a restaurant owner takes his entire staff on a 3-day Bahamas cruise. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Our top story, we go to Orlando, where people just want to have a good time. Officers were called to a bar inside of Universal Studios that sits along the Universal City Walk on reports of a woman leaving something behind. The story goes that she was sitting in the bar when someone upset her, prompting her to leave to go to another establishment, leaving behind her 12-year-old daughter.
Oh.
Why is she at the bar?
That actually is what do you mean you left her behind? I mean, she was there with you.
Her daughter wanted to go back to the room instead of another bar because she was tired, and her mother allegedly became upset, displayed the middle finger, and left the bar without her daughter.
Okay.
Deputies found her dancing alone with an alcoholic beverage, and she told authorities that she had no idea that her daughter was missing, believing her to have been with her the whole time and simultaneously inside the hotel room.
That's actually a worse statement to make to the cops.
It really is. She's been
Where
charged.
were they at?
Universal Walk.
I mean, I think a 12-year-old, like, you could probably walk her back to the room and she'd be fine in a hotel room.
Yes, she would. Yes, she would.
Like, what is this lady doing?
She's been charged with neglect of a child, and girl's grandfather was called to pick her up. Also, keep your kids out of the bar.
Yeah, number one.
Yeah,
start there.
Not a month ago, I was out at a bar. You know, not my usual place to go, but I sat there and I had a couple beers and I had some food. It was delicious food, and I was finishing up my drink. I'm about halfway through it, and this family sits down. It's a man and a wife and their kid who couldn't have been more than 6 years old. I'm thinking that's kind of weird bringing a kid into the, it's a bar and grill, but bringing her into the bar portion was a little off. But I'm like, you know what? I'm at a different place, different looks, whatever. So I'm going about my drinking, just not paying attention to anything. And then all of a sudden I hear a splash right where that family is at. And I look over there and I see the bar's all wet. Mom's taking the kid away, and do you have a towel? Where's your bathroom at? And she walks away with her, and I'm thinking, kid spilled the beer. Grab something that shouldn't have or whatnot. The more I thought about it, the more I realized Dad didn't have near enough time to actually get a beer or any liquid so far in front of him. And I went, wait a minute. Re-examined the liquid that was on the bar. There was chunks in it.
Oh, Jesus.
So not only did they bring a 6-year-old kid into the bar, but then she yaks all over the damn bar.
They were sitting like physically at the bar?
The bar.
I don't even think that's legal.
I didn't think it was either.
I know it is in Canada because our kids were about that age. And we went to the equivalent like a Dave & Buster's, and our whole plan was, hey, guys, go play the games. We're going to sit at the bar. And the bartender's like, oh, hey, no, man, they can sit at the bar. We're like, shh.
Shut up. Are you talking about North Carolina?
Yeah.
They have barns that you can drive through and get a margarita to go and get a 12-pack of beer and a liter of Jack Daniels through the window of your car. Yes, a child can sit at the bar in North Carolina.
Keep them out of the bar.
Yeah, I agree. Nobody wants their kids at the bar. It's part of the reason you go to the bar.
Correct. I get to sit there because there's always a seat available because your kids get to sit in the dining room.
I won't go to Chuck E. Cheese by myself. Don't bring your kid to the bar.
There is a certain age. Like my niece and nephew were like 12 or 13. We were at a kind of a nice restaurant. and we had to wait. They did not sit at the bar. They just kind of stood in the same area, and they were nice. Yep. They were like, they're fine. Just don't let them. They literally said, don't let them sit at the bar.
Yeah.
They can kind of stand behind you guys.
Police in Virginia are on the lookout for a repeat offender. They're asking for the public's help They received a call at 4 a.m. from a local resident claiming an unknown man was in their home. They were woken up by their dog barking and discovered an unknown man in their house, completely nude. Officers canvassed the area but were unable to locate the suspect or any trace of him, but they did connect him with several similar incidents that had happened in the area. Turns out our man has made a habit of breaking into homes around the neighborhood while completely naked. He doesn't harm anybody and nothing's been reported stolen, but they're asking the public's help to locate him so that they can put a stop to the shenanigans.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
We don't want naked dudes. We head on down to Florida where anybody can be a cop. An 18-year-old tells authorities that he was driving around 6:30 at night when he witnessed an SUV stopped in the middle of the road, blocking traffic. He drove around the vehicle and continued on his way, but the SUV followed behind him and eventually activated those dreaded blue lights, stopping him in a nearby parking lot. The officer took the young man's license and registration and began arguing with him about his driving, and that's about the time that the 18-year-old noticed an undercover police car in the parking lot and told the officers that he wanted another officer at the scene. Just didn't feel right.
Sure.
That's conveniently about the time that the first officer decided that he'd wrap up this encounter and attempt to leave in his squad car, which was a 2003 Chevy Trailblazer, known undercover cop rigs. Thanks to the video filmed by the passenger, the fake cop was eventually tracked down, his car imported, and now faces serious charges.
Yeah.
Let's just not. But just in case those stories have a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
A lot of businesses do their best to capture that family atmosphere around the office, or at least pretend to. But one restaurant in Ohio has taken quite the step to prove it. Following a particularly busy holiday season, the married couple, owners of a Toledo restaurant called The Standard, cooked up the idea to do something nice for their employees, to send them all on vacation. They booked a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas for their nearly 60-man staff, as well as former staff members and loyal customers.
Wow, damn.
They say that it did help to strengthen their team, whom the owners credit with their success to their restaurant. They have gotten some sort of a great deal on it.
Well, I'm sure they did, but it's still not cheap.
Yeah,
no,
it's the idea
not.
of doing it.
Yeah,
exactly. So good on him, man. That was awesome.
Oh, nothing bad happened. This is a good story.
It was
were you waiting for the?
Yeah, my bad. I realized the good part. I was
saying there's good news.
Did you not hear Alan Thicke?
Thankfully, there's good news.
I did.
When Alan Thicke speaks, you listen to him.
There was 2 birds fighting outside the window. I thought one was going to hump the other one. All right, I got stuck looking at the birds.
Were they honestly fighting outside?
Yes.
Well, that's good news.
Bird fight.
Sorry, they were like chasing each other.
Men's Room Sports has a bird fight going on outside.
It's a bird fight.
You got college hoops on ESPN's channels, NBA basketball on NBC and Peacock. The Nashville Predators are in town taking on the Kraken here at home. Puck drop from 7 over on Kong.
You know all their names.
And the World Baseball Classic continues tonight with the U.S. team taking on Italy in just minutes over on FS1. As far as your weather, cloudy and the low of 41 tonight.
Do they redact their names? But the National Predators are in town.
Nashville.
So we can't tell you. We can't tell you the lineup, but you've heard of all of them.
There is a list in the back.
Starting.
Redacted.
Cloudy and a low of 41 tonight. Tomorrow they're expecting rain and a high right around 52. That is it for headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. Tomorrow from Shinedown, Brent Smith on the program. Woo! Lovely Jolene's coming up in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
With its 2 juicy beef patties, 3 slices of melted cheese, and tangy Big Arch sauce, the Big Arch is what happens when you start making a McDonald's burger and never stop. The Big Arch, the most McDonald's burger yet, for a limited time.
By order of the Peaky Blinders, Academy Award winner Cillian Murphy returns alongside an all-star cast including Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Roth, Sophie Rundle, with Academy Award nominee Barry Keoghan and Emmy Award winner Stephen Graham. In Netflix's upcoming film Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, Tommy Shelby must face his own demons and choose whether to confront his legacy or burn it to the ground. Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man is in select theaters March 6th and on Netflix March 20th. Rated R.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it.
Redfin is built to close that gap. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents. So when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more zeroing in on the one you'll actually end up calling home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
At the University of Arizona Online, we bring a top-ranked education to you. We offer 150-plus programs, 100% online. Expand your career opportunities by earning a degree that meets you right where you are. Learn from the same faculty and earn the same degree as on-campus students. Build your future with Arizona Online. Classes start every 7.5 weeks. Apply today and make your tomorrow amazing.
Deadlines shift, plans change, and sometimes you just need promo products fast. Turn to 4imprint. 4imprint has hundreds of promotional items available with 24-hour turnaround, from custom apparel and drinkware to trade show gear, writing tools, and more. Your logo is printed with care, your order ships fast, and with their 360-degree guarantee, you know it'll show up right and on time. That's the certainty of 4imprint. Check out the full 24-hour selection at 4imprint.com.
4imprint.